school in Double-A. It should be a good one. The winner plays Moorhead in semifinal Friday. Wally and Lou will have it for you. Stay with us. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001 from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America for families and individuals, mountaintops as well as soccer fields, and like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
We at Arby's would like to clear up some confusion. Just because we now serve sidekickers, restaurant-quality appetizers, this does not mean you have to wait to be seated. And just because we have whole jalapenos filled with rich cream cheese, big, crispy mozzarella sticks, and deliciously sweet onion petals, just like restaurants, this does not mean you have to leave a big tip. Well, unless, of course, you really, really want to. Arby's Sidekickers. Satisfy your...
Reporter never said it was a good. In fact, I painted.
No, we were talking about my vegetables.
Vegetables. I'm meat and potato guy.
Now for the latest lottery results from the Minnesota State Lottery. Nobody won the roll-down jackpot.
The roll-down jackpot rolls down when nobody wins, which means more money for the lower prize levels. Roll-down puts a whole new spin on jackpots.
The Minnesota State Lottery. Don't forget to have some fun.
You know, they say the internet is the place to be in the future. The World Wide Web, the information highway. Actually, I think you'd be happiest doing what your father does, what his father did before him, and what his father did before him. Make the best pizzas this planet has ever known.
Sammy's Pizza and Restaurant. Come on over. And welcome back to the XL Energy Center for tonight's nightcap. And it should be a dandy of a game. Louis, a lot of people that we've been talking to over the course of last week were saying, hey, this could be the best game of the entire tournament. Eden Prairie, ranked number 19 in the state, up against the Greenway Raiders, ranked number 6 in the state. And both of these teams have a whole lot of offense.
Well, Wally, I'll just be happy if it's as good as the last game. The last game was very entertaining. I'm certain that these two clubs can provide the same kind of entertainment to us. We're going to see really different styles, and I'm really anxious to see Gino Geyer because he's had a great season, and I've heard so much about him. We don't get the opportunity to see these teams from the north until they get down here, and I just love to see the kind of player he is. He's a highly skilled hockey player, and he's going to have to use all his skill tonight to beat a solid team from Eden Prairie. Should be an outstanding match, and we're looking forward to it.
And that Gino Geyer that we're talking about, he has a couple of line mates. One is Andy Sertich, and the other guy is Mike Forconi. Those three kids, led by that guy, number 7, Gino Geyer, have combined, folks, get this, for 201 points this year.
And 87 goals, which is even more impressive because there's no other line that we've seen in this tournament this year that has that kind of scoring. And when it's led by Geyer, who's got 35 goals, and he's got to go against this big man right here, Mike Erickson, who's already committed on a scholarship to the University of Minnesota, Mr. Hockey finalist, 22 goals himself. So it should be an outstanding matchup when those two are on the ice.
Once again, Dick Stanford is downstairs. Let's meet these players.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our final quarterfinal game of the day. Let's begin by meeting the cheerleaders from the respective school. First, let's meet the cheerleaders from Greenway. First, Jenna Jesperson, Sabrina Niskanen, Lindsay Olala, Tiffany Seeley, and Kendra Smith. And now let's meet the Eden Prairie cheerleaders. Jenny Buckner, Molly Munson, Tammy Lossing, Michelle Schwartz, Andrea Hebring, and Kelly Smith. And now let's meet the 7AA champions with a record of 22-6, the Raiders from First senior goaltender, number 1, Neil Tremblay. Sophomore center, number 2, Travis Wesley. Senior wing, number 3, Dan Bell. Junior defenseman, number 5, Jim Gibo. Senior center and wing, number 6, Joe Nielsen. Junior center, number 7, Gino Geyer. Senior defenseman, number 8, Mike Daigle. Junior wing and defense, number 9, Andy Surdich. Senior center, number 10, Aaron Mikulich. Junior wing, number 11, Casey Green. Senior wing, number 12, Scott Smith. Sophomore wing, number 14, Jamie Geyer. Senior defense, number 15, Joe Badovnik. Senior wing, number 16, Chris Casso. Junior defense, number 17, Ryan Shoemaker. Senior wing, number 18, Joe Caligiuri. Sophomore defense, number 21, Andrew Geyer. Senior wing, number 22, Mike Forconi. Senior goaltender, number 20, Dan Tremblay. And sophomore goaltender, number 35, Tom Subchak. Raiders head coach, Pat Geyer. The Raiders from Greenway. And now let's meet the Eagles. Senior goaltender, number 1, Dan Kuhl. Junior defense, number 2, Mike Cordum. Senior defense, number 4, Drew Malcolm. Junior defense, number 5, Sean Erickson. Junior defense, number 6, Jason Usher. Senior defense, number 7, Tom Berg. Senior forward, number 8, Ryan Anderson. Senior forward, number 9, Ryan Hawkins. Senior forward, number 10, Adam Armstrong. Junior forward, number 11, Steve Dalby. Sophomore defense, number 12, Nick Peters. Junior forward, number 14, Mike Knable. Senior forward, number 15, Mike Erickson. Senior defense, number 16, David Olson. Sophomore forward, number 18, Chris Berg. Junior forward, number 19, Dave Schneider. Junior forward, number 20, John Erickson. Sophomore goaltender, number 21, Marcus Paulson. Junior forward, number 22, number 22, Chris Rose. And senior goaltender, number 30, Joe Heinmiller. Eagles head coach is Lee Smith, the Eden Prairie Eagles. Here are your referees for this game. The referees are Derek Shepard and Jerome Krieger. And your linesman is Pat Carey.
All right, there's a look at the officiating staff for tonight's game. All the players have been introduced, and I noticed a big difference here, Lou. The kids from Greenway, they're all smiling, having a good time, saying hi to Grandma. And the Eden Prairie kids look really serious.
Well, you know, different people that approach the games differently. I know one thing, Eden Prairie was very disappointed they didn't get in last year. They had a great hockey club. They got upset by Edina in the sectional finals, and they really probably thought they had a better team last year than they did this year, especially after they lost 2 key players to football earlier this year. One of them, Smargard, is already committed to the University of Minnesota, so Eden Prairie ended up with 7 losses this season, but they are a quality hockey club. They've got a great program there, and I'm certain that they're extremely excited to be here and get the opportunity that they thought was going to be their way last year. On the other hand, you look at Greenway, I got to tell you, they got a .93 goals against average. I mean, that is something. They don't give up many goals, and we were talking about how many goals they score. Just that first line scores enough for 2 teams. So it should be an exciting game tonight. I would expect Dan Kuhl and the net for Eden Prairie to really get tested by Gino Geyer's line, and I want to see how well Mike Erickson plays against Geyer if he does play head up on him. I'm not certain yet what the coaches are going to do, if they're going to try and match lines or not, but it will be interesting to see if Lee Smith tries anything to stop Gino Geyer, who's had an outstanding season. He's got 35 goals, which is just, you know, terrific for him and for anybody. He's got 81 points, so what a season that kid has had, and he's got to be the biggest threat on the ice here right now. And so it's going to be interesting to see if Kuhl can stop him with that 1.98 goals against average that Kuhl had, 0.92.
And he has not allowed more than 3 goals in any game this year. Dan Kuhl.
Well, he's got a 92% save average, which is very high and very good. So going to be interesting. And Subcheck's got a 94% save average, so they're very close.
Linesman Pat Carey drops the first biscuit, and we're underway. Greenway breaking up the puck at their own blue line. Here's Daigle getting it across the line to Sertich. His centering pass is off target, and back comes the Eden Prairie Eagles. Eagles down the right side. Anderson with a shot. That goes through the crease wide of the goal. From the point, a shot by Usher is off target. Usher, number 6, back at center ice. Eden Prairie, a team very deep in numbers. Several of their kids have a sprinkling of presence in the tournament with other teams, particularly private schools around the state of Minnesota, and particularly in the Minneapolis and western suburban areas. It's just a lot of good hockey players coming out of that community these days.
That's for sure. One thing I would expect Eden Prairie to use their size. They're a bigger team. We got a delayed penalty coming up against them, and here goes Geyer.
Gino Geyer across the line. Geyer right in on goal. Sharp angle, tries to bounce it off the goalkeeper. Cool, but no dice.
That was a smart play. He was way behind the net. He couldn't do anything with it, and he tried to play it off the goaltender in the net. As we're gonna see right now, Eden Prairie getting the first penalty of the game for holding, and Greenway getting the opportunity to get the first power play. But Gino Geyer, number 7, after we see the hold right there on Rose, he gets to come down the ice right here, goes wide, played very well by the defenseman. He forces him outside, keeps him away from the net. Look at him try and just dump it off the goalie. But a good play by Cordham, keeping him away from the net. But Eden Prairie's got a big, strong team, and I would expect that they'd use their size to try and slow that Greenway line down. In fact, all the Greenway players.
Well, if you're going to take a holding penalty, might as well do it early in the game against the best line for Greenway, because now they're off the ice to start this power play up. Nielsen from the point, trying to keep it alive. He's number 6 there for Greenway. Puck goes back into the corner. Cranking it around is Olsen, a very solid defenseman for Eden Prairie, as he clears the zone.
You'll probably see him come right back out, because the second line's got 20 goals compared to their 87. So expect a quick change from Greenway. In fact, here they come now. Got Geyer on the ice right now.
Touchstone Energy power play clock down to 1:20 now for Greenway with the man advantage. Gino Geyer trying to cut in. He's hooked and knocked to the ice. Mike Erickson will slide it all the way back to the other end of the building. Swooping in for it is number 8. This is Mike Daigle. Very intelligent player with a big shot. That's why he's out on the power play. Now across ice to Andy Sertich. Sertich trying to cut in on goal. Gets the shot. Cool is cool in stopping that one.
It was interesting to see Greenway coming out of their zone. They had 2 opportunities to come up ice, and they had long passes, and then they connected on both. They look very sharp making that long pass. Here's one right here, and Sertich takes it. He goes wide. The good thing about Eden Prairie defense is they're smart enough to keep him to the outside. As you see it right there, Usher keeps them outside. They don't get beat inside, and that's easier for the goaltender to handle. He's not getting any shots, even though they get in on the goaltender from that angle. When the goalie blocks that fight, you got nowhere to go.
From the point, another drive right on. And Dan Kuhl having no problems with that. Played 3 years varsity hockey for Eden Prairie. A senior right now, and he's a strong pro prospect. I've heard that both the Wild and Phoenix are taking a look at him.
Oh, he's going to get tested here today. Another draw won by Geyer. That time Sertis just kept it in deep.
David Olson off the boards, but not out. Holding the point is Daigle. Now another try, this time by Cordham. He'll log a lot of ice time. Number 2 for Eden Prairie, back in defense. Here's Gino Geyer, a quick give and go, but that shot's deflected.
Both those guys on the point for Greenway, Wally. We were talking in the first game how the point men on the power play, well, all the time, but especially in the power play, should play 5 feet up in the point. They both did. They both kept the puck in, even though it jumped over their stick after they were able to control it and keep it in the zone. Very intelligent play by the Greenway point men there. And the face-offs, Gino Geyer's just controlling these wins, and again, he wins another one.
Mikulich, Geyer, and Sertich the forward line. Puck them back to the point. They go side to side with the D. Into the corner goes Aaron Mikulich from it. He moved from left wing to center, but he goes back to left wing in the power play. There's a blast from the point by Daigle. That's just off target. Here's Andy Sertich back in the point. Number 9. Sertich getting it again. Finds Daigle wide open on the right side. Daigle will loft one towards the net. It's still bouncing around. It's scooped out of there by the gloved hand of David Olson on a headsy play.
I don't know how they get away with that. Whenever you throw the puck out of the zone, you're closing your hand on the puck. You know, you're not allowed. You're allowed to bat it down, but you can't pick it up and throw it. And that's something you got to watch. Is another penalty coming up here for interference.
That was behind the play, and another costly play by Eden Prairie, digging themselves into what could be a big hole here early on.
Well, you see Geyer checked right there away from the play by John Erickson, so he's going to go off for interference, and the power play is going to continue. And you do not want to continue to give a high-scoring team opportunities on the power play.
This one comes at 3 minutes and 7 seconds, so that's 2 penalties already in the game for Eden Prairie. Greenway's power play is at 32% this year. They've scored 36 goals, so that's a little more than a goal a game. They played at 28 on the year. From the face-off, it takes a favorable Eden Prairie bounce. They come back out 2-on-2. Played in by Steve Dalby. And the Raiders are picking it up with Joe Nielsen. Tireless worker. Nielsen up the sideboards, can't go any further. And here's Mike Porconi, one of the co-captains, to Andrew Geyer. Andrew, a miscue, they score! A broken play by Kuhl. 1-0 Greenway on Joe Nielsen's follow-up.
That's why you never know when you're shooting the puck in the zone where it's going to go. You've got to go to the net and around the net. And the miscue there ends up in a Greenway goal and a Greenway power play goal. You give this club a lot of opportunities on the power play, and eventually they're going to score. It doesn't matter how they get it. You see the puck getting thrown in the zone right there. And just take a look. The goalie's coming out of the net here to play the puck, and just a little miscommunication comes off the boards, and Nielsen going to the net sees a wide open net. He just missed the camera angle there, but the puck, when it's getting played between the goaltender and the defenseman, gets deflected right out in front. The wide open net for Joe Nielsen.
Wow.
And Greenway takes an early lead.
No icing here. Hustling back into his own end after it is Tom Berg for the Eagles. Berg backhands it around to Ryan Hawkins. He had a good playoff. Cross-ice pass now to Anderson. Gets it out in front for Erickson. Mike Erickson. And a collision at the goal crease puts a couple of players down, including the big gun, Mike Erickson.
He went into that net hard. He was going to the net driving, and he got taken right into the post.
Timeout on the ice. The U.S. Bank scoreboard is 1-0 in favor of Greenway.
Recipe for chaos. Take one ordinary minivan, add ingredients, and mix with corners. Or put everything in the all-new Dodge Caravan with nifty grocery bag hangers standard. Even an available fold-away organizer. Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. Now get a cash allowance or low financing on the minivan rated best by AAA.
Well, hopefully Mike Erickson's not hurt bad. This is something that Eden Prairie can ill afford, and you certainly don't want to see anyone hurt in a hockey game. Mike Erickson driving to the net. He's being checked by Daigle. He's got to go to the net, and he knows he's going to maybe get taken down. He doesn't stop. He tries to get that goal, and watch as he goes into the net. Watch his neck, the back of his neck right here where it hits in the shoulder. And then, fortunately, those are breakaway nets, and they don't stay in there. You don't get hurt as much as if the net was immovable, but you still, when you're going in that fast and that hard and you run into a pipe,
well, we're glad
you know
he's
you
okay.
can feel it. That's for sure.
Boy, you can't afford either for the Eagles at least, to lose a big gun like that. That's Mike Erickson, their captain and leading scorer on the year. 22 goals, 27 assists on the season.
Mr. Hockey finalist as well.
Yeah. All right, we're getting Mike and his gang is set to go again. We're going to take one more break, folks, and come back with Greenway holding a 1-0 lead.
To see you smile.
At McDonald's, we try to make your morning with lots of breakfast choices made hot, fresh, and right to order. Not to mention hash browns and a great cup of coffee.
Get the day rolling with our new fresh-baked bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. Crispy bacon, egg, and cheese all on a toasted bagel. Try one today.
We love to see you smile.
Make it a great day with our new bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
All right, set to go for this face-off. Mike Erickson back over to the bench, being tended to by trainer Gary Smith. And off the face-off, it is shot back into the zone by Cordham of Eden Prairie. Rung around the wall now by Mike Daigle, the senior defenseman. It comes back in behind. Eden Prairie trying to pop it out in front. Daigle this time will go to the other side, trying to get his Raiders started out of the zone. Eden Prairie's Cordham stopping at center ice, but carrying on now is Scott Smith. Smith can't get through a host of white-clad Eden Prairie Eagles. Puck's running up the right side, too far for Knably. Number 14 has had a strong playoff tournament as well for Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie getting in here on the strength of beating Buffalo 6-1, Edina 6-3, and Wayzata in the Section 6 AA final by a 5-3 score.
We were talking to the trainer before the game. You mentioned his name, Gary Smith, and Eden Prairie's had a lot of injuries this year, both in football and in hockey.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they do have a great trainer like Gary Smith there. He was a professional trainer, been around the area for a long time. These kids have had to battle through a lot of adversity this year, and they've lost two of their teammates who aren't here with them tonight.
And two of the top players. One of them was Garrett Smagard, who is committed to the U of M. You pointed out earlier tonight, he hurt his, or injured his ACL in the Prep Bowl. Another guy was one of their top defensemen, John Kelliger, and he tore an ACL in October playing football. So tough break, losing two key guys out of their team. But they persevered. They're in the state tournament, and Schneider will shoot the puck deep into the zone for EP. After it down in the end wall is Steve Dalby. A big collision there. There's going to be a Greenway penalty now for boarding.
Well, this will give Eden Prairie an opportunity to tie this game. They trail 1-0, 9:55 to go here in the first period. And the game picking up a little in the physical aspects of the game. You see the check being laid, not here, right behind. It's going to be right after that, right here. You're going to see it. The boarding call right there.
And I said it was Greenway. It's Armstrong of Eden Prairie going off. So that's the third straight minor in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Well, actually, yeah, it looked like the arm was going up when you were watching a Greenway player get checked or check another man into the boards after Eden Prairie had taken their man into the boards quite hard. So you're right. It's going to be another power play here for Greenway.
Wow. It's an undisciplined start. 3 penalties in the first 5 minutes. And it's 1-0 Greenway. They're trying to double that. Eden Prairie so far doing good. Here's Mike Erickson back on the ice. That is a great sign. Back into the corner for Ryan Hawkins. Now to number 15, Erickson. There's 3 Ericksons on this Eden Prairie team, and they are not at all related. Chopped up by Mike Erickson. That's a smart play, clearing it all the way back into his own end. His D will get back for it. Here's David Olson.
Well, and one thing you have to watch here if you're Greenway, you have your team so spread out, you've got a lot of confidence in their passing ability, but if anything's intercepted, there could be an odd man advantage by Eden Prairie, because Eden Prairie is very aggressive. They're going to a puck area. and you've got 3 of your forwards all the way up the ice. You got to make sure you get the puck up there, otherwise you could give up a good quality chance yourself.
Daigle holding the line, the senior defenseman to Gino Geyer. He fires it across ice. Erickson breaks it up, but is Geyer getting back to take the puck? He has his stick slashed out of his hands. A nice hand pass, though. Sends it over to Andy Surdich. He turns it right back up ice. Pass now to Forconi. Back to Surdich. Andy Surdich. Lost the puck, but at the blue line, Daigle will keep it alive for Greenway. They're obviously wearing green. Nobody in their viewing audience ought to get that confused tonight. Here is Daigle back down low, but Eden Prairie trying to tie it up. They clear it, but not out. Daigle, smart play to hold it in. Cross-ice pass, now fed down low. A shot hits the side of the net from Joe Nielsen's stick. He has the only goal in the hockey game. Here's Mikulich with it. Back in behind the goal. Looking. Forconi centering pass is blocked and a slam down the ice by Knebly.
And it's a good thing because Usher had lost his stick. It was almost like 5 against 3.5. But Eden Prairie able to clear that, and now the penalty's over, so they're back at full strength.
Forconi across the line to Jamie Geyer. Jamie Geyer is a cousin to the other 2 Geyers, who are the son of the head coach, Pat Geyer. Confused? Yeah, so are we. Back to center ice. Here's Forconi.
They got away with one there. The guy coming on the ice played the puck. The other fella wasn't off. Greenway had 6 men on the ice.
Jamie Geyer's backhander blocked. There's a scramble of players out in front. David Olson on the ice doing the defensive chores for Eden Prairie. And we have a whistle, and it looks like another penalty is going to be called. We'll fill you in on the details in a moment. But on our U.S. Bank scoreboard, it still shows a 1-0 lead on a power play goal for those guys, Greenway.
Today, the regional rental and pre-owned vehicle sell-off of the year is here. Through 8 p.m. Saturday at the Sanju 2 Harbor Superstore. Over 200 program rental returns, including used vehicles, will be released for wholesale liquidation to a major Minneapolis wholesale auto auction. At Sanju, a pre-shipment sell-off is being held with one low price pricing, clearly marked at wholesale levels with special finance rates from lenders on hand. Do not miss this opportunity. Get to Sanju today.
You're looking at Jamie Geyer, who will be sitting out an elbowing penalty for Greenway, giving Eden Prairie an opportunity to tie this game. They trail 1-0 with 7:18 to go here in the first. Wally, we've seen 3 different times in the defensive zone where a player will pass the puck with his hand to his teammates. Just for those people watching, they're allowed to do it behind the blue line in their own zone. They can pass it with their hand. And the reason why the rule was put in many times, people would pass the puck with their hand when they were under a lot of pressure and getting tired and want a line change. And that would break down the flow of the game and really penalize the offensive team. So now in your own defensive zone, you can pass the puck with the hand. Therefore, you can't slow the play down or get a whistle.
It's a good point. Good point. I like that rule, too.
So do I.
I really do. In your own zone, I think it's a great rule.
We always use if we want to whistle, we're under a lot of pressure, we just pass it with our hand, and we'd have the whistle blow. So they changed the rule in the league and pro, and they've done it all the way through in college and high school as well.
David Olson lost the puck to the aggressive forechecking pressure while shorthanded by Greenway. Eden Prairie's power play on the year was at 31%, but in the last month of the season, an absolutely awesome 45%. Anything in high school over 25 is excellent. 45 is simply outstanding.
Well, Greenway likes to force you up ice with the first player. The second forward will be up higher in the neutral zone area. So what they're trying to do is trap you to one side. As you're coming up the ice, if you're Eden Prairie, they're trying to have you go to either one wing or the other and then close in with the forward and the defenseman and trap you off. That time, Mike Erickson made a good move getting into the blue line, into the zone over the blue line, but his pass was behind his forward, and that allowed Greenway to get the puck out. But you got to break through that trap by stick handling or get the puck in deep when they come towards you.
On the attack, shorthanded, Geyer. This is Andrew Geyer, falls to the ice and lost it. Here comes big Mike Erickson back for Eden Prairie. Nice toss up the middle for Ryan Anderson, cutting left, can't split the D, and is banked off the boards, but not out. A second try clears.
Up to this point, Greenway's quicker going to the puck than Eden Prairie. Greenway's reacting a lot faster. Their legs are always moving, and they're getting to the puck areas very, very quickly.
That's what we hear about this team. They are very
Another penalty going to be there. No doubt about that cross check.
Yeah, you're right.
Right down low. Knebly is taking in the boards hard, and we see Daigle's going to be going off right now. There's still 34 seconds to go, and Jamie Geyers. This is a golden opportunity for Eden Prairie with a 5-on-3. You see the cross check right there. A dangerous, dangerous check away from the boards, sending the man into the boards. There's no doubt about that call. And so now Greenway's going to have to kill off 2 man short situations. 1:34 seconds remaining besides the 2 minutes. And this is going to be a 5-on-3 for Eden Prairie, who really had no real good opportunities on the 5-on-4 this far.
Well, I tell you, in the 10 years you and I have been doing these games together, I don't think I recall where we've had 5 penalties in the first 10 minutes of a hockey game.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be pretty hard to think about.
It's been all special teams so far, folks, and only 1 goal scored. That was a power play tally by Greenway's Joe Nielsen. Now, Eden Prairie with a big advantage. Rolls after behind the net, pops it out in front. It comes back towards the point. The little tip pass to David Olson was incomplete off the stick of number 6, Usher.
See, Usher's got to control that puck. Don't hit a bouncing puck. When you're 5-on-3, it's all puck control. Don't pass it wildly. Carry the puck over the blue line. Don't throw it in. There's C. Threw it in. You don't throw it in. You give them the chance to get it out. You always skate the puck in on a 5-on-3. When you have that much of an advantage, you keep control.
Olsen's shot blocked. Usher will hurry it. Oh, the shot deflected just wide, and Rose was camped right at the lip of the crease.
Was he ever, with his forehand looking right towards the shooter? He's a left-hand shot. He was behind the goaltender, actually, but his stick was in front of the net, and he just missed deflecting that shot into the goal.
There's another try by, another look at it by Usher.
Right there. Puck a little high, and the goaltender very sharp. Subchuk making sure he got a part of that over the glass. 5-on-4 now, and losing the draw costs you at least 20 seconds to get back down the ice after you get control.
Ooh, David Olson, a little scared through his own crease. Feeds it up to Mike Erickson. Crisscrossing, Hawkins can't get to it. Greenway so quick. Boy, they react fast to transitions.
And especially the draw passes to people standing around. You got to make certain when you're passing that puck that you're passing to somebody that's moving, because they are coming at you very quickly.
Dan Mel threw a big check. Now just 1 man short for Greenway with 44 seconds to go in that second penalty against the defenseman Daigle. The other thing, they're short some D right now. Erickson, a backhanded pass to himself. A couple more players tied up. Hawkins can't get to it, but Olson does. It's up on edge. A shot right on. Subchuk, huge save.
And Fordham was right on the doorstep waiting for a rebound, hoping he could get one, but he just couldn't quite get that rebound free. Subchuk with the save and freezing the puck. Very, very smart, because he had 2 guys on his doorstep. Fordham and Hawkins, watch, right in front of the net. 2 and 9, right in the doorstep, and they just could not get that puck away from Subchuk, and the game remains 1-0 for Greenway with 4:20 to go here in the first period.
Well, you know, you look at that view, it's amazing he even saw that thing, eh? 4:20 to go in the period, a half a minute left in the Eden Prairie power play.
Boy, Greenway's got to have a big control and face-off this period.
Steve Dalby out of the corner, centers it. Oh, a spectacular save by Subchuk. He absolutely robbed Knebly. Knebly, a backhand chop is on goal, and Subchuk equal to the task.
Oh, you're so right. Knebly was right on the doorstep with a great pass across. And nothing that you can say, but he was robbed. Subchuk doing the splits, getting his leg on it, and making a sensational save. Watch this play. Right down low. It was an excellent pass across from Erickson to Knebly. Look at that. I don't know how it didn't go in the net. That leg came across just quick enough to keep it from going in the net at the last second.
Well, we've talked about some all-star goalies that are in this tournament. Nobody's talked about Subchuk. Another blast by Cordham. Subchuk robs him.
Well, Cordham had a lot on that shot. Unfortunately for him, no one was screening the goaltender. He saw it all the way. Eden Prairie forward was just off to the right, not in front of the goaltender, and the goalie could see that all the way. See right here, the last save, this is the leg save that he made coming across. Boy, boy.
That is absolutely brilliant.
Knebly's going to be thinking about that one. Full strength now.
Back on the ice, Mike Daigle. Now number 9, Sertich can't hang on to the puck, but here's Gino Geyer coming out. He's got Forconi and Sertich with him. His 2 lineys on this 200-point awesome unit of Greenway. Fired into the zone. Cool lets it go by this time. Rung around back to the other door now for John Erickson.
Eden Prairie's just missing on their passes coming out of the zone. They're just not quite sharp enough coming up ice yet, making those passes. If their passes start connecting, they're going to be much more effective. But they got to make that pass count.
Mike Cordham firing it down ice. Hustling back after it is number 15. Badavanak. Joe Badavanak playing it back out to neutral ice. Shot right back in by Eden Prairie. Glove down there by Scott Smith. He'll turn it back up ice, just banking it off the boards. Picked up there by Tom Berg. Again, the Raiders go back. Badavanak, rather. It's a tough name. There's some beauties on this team. Here's a long headman pass now as Forconi trying to cut in. One hand on the stick with a shot. Whistle had gone. That would be no goal.
And Forconi didn't know that Mel was coming. He was wide open.
Timeout. There's a break. Some fans like that last play, some don't. It's 2.5 minutes to go in the period. U.S. Bank still showing a power play goal lead for Green Bay.
What can we tell you about this?
Power in tune with nature. The Honda Marine 4-stroke outboard available in 2 to 130 horsepower and now at RJ Sport & Cycle. Package your Honda outboard with Olan, Lubicraft, or Misty Harbor pontoon.
No doubt the whistle went before this opportunity. But there was a good opportunity here. When you look, when the guy's driving to the net like he was, there was a guy coming behind. You could hear the whistle. And the game remains 1-0 Greenway. They've won 9 draws to 4, so they're in a position right here to win it again. But a big win for Eden Prairie, because they got to get that puck out of the zone. They can't be losing too many draws in their own zone. It's going to cost them.
Gibo, number 5, had the puck. Whoops, stopping at the line. A good play by Daigle to keep it alive for Andy Sertich. His shot is glancing off a skate wide. Eden Prairie firing it out to center ice.
Too many giveaways coming out of the zone, Wally. They have not been able to complete the outlet pass here very often.
David Olson getting a long pass now to Ryan Hawkins, trying to go in. He's got one hand on the stick as well. Warded off neatly by Daigle. Bodies flying all over the place. There's a shot going just wide. Here's Mike Erickson with one hand on the stick, handing it off now to number 14, Knabely. His shot blocked, tapped out, not out. Second try does work. Now here's a breakaway pass for Andy Sertich to shoot. And Cool is there to make the stop.
And Olson on defense played it wisely because he knew it was a 2-on-1, but he didn't get caught coming too far over too quickly, so he kept his man on the outside, and that's where you want the goaltender to take the shot, from the far wing. When you look at Sertich right here, he's got nowhere to go. He's got to go on the net with a shot, and the goaltender is supposed to play the shooter. You make certain that the pass doesn't come across if you're the defenseman. Allow this guy to take the shot. They should get a shot when you're 2-on-1, but you want to give him a bad angle shot, and that's what Olson, the defenseman, had Sertich do there.
Eagles lift the puck, and it's right out of play.
But you notice the difference how Greenway's coming out of their zone with short passes, and they're moving, and they're getting control. They've had a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2, and a 3-on-2 just in the last 4 rushes. And Eden Prairie's not getting those at all because their outlet passes are missing 80% of the time. They've got to connect on that outlet pass. Make some shorter ones than they're doing right now.
And we've had 3 straight minutes of 5-on-5 hockey, which is the longest duration in the hockey game. This is going to be an icing call, however. We're going to take a real short timeout and return to the X for more AA hockey.
I feel love and money just...
Can't find time to bank during the workday? Bank anytime, anywhere. Republic Bank Online, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
1:28 to go here in the first period. Greenway leading Eden Prairie 1-0. Greenway just looking a little sharper in their passing game than Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie not using their body as much as I thought they would. When they use their body, they've got more size than Greenway. They can eliminate them. They can take away some of the Greenway speed. They did it occasionally on the forecheck when they were on the power play, but they haven't done enough of it to eliminate the Greenway speed, and that's what they got to do a little bit more of.
Tom Berg lost the puck, picked up now by number 12, Scott Smith for Greenway, but he loses it as well, and putting up ice now is Steve Dalby. Good head of steam down the right side, but he's warded off the play on a nice defensive effort by Greenway's Scott Smith.
You're right. Smith had to turn and go towards him, and I'll tell you, Dalby was coming with a lot of speed on the outside, and the one thing Smith wanted to do is make certain that Dalby was keeping him on the outside here, and going to the outside, and Smith wanted to make certain he doesn't go into the net, and he plays him perfectly, driving him away from the net and not even allowing them to get a shot. He got that stick over towards the puck, and he kept them wide, and that's what you got to do at Eden Prairie. Keep them wide in the outside, let the goaltender handle a shot. Very well played by the defenseman.
Eden Prairie pokes the puck into the corner. Minute 8 to go in the period. Greenway banking it off the boards. Too far for Aaron Mikulich. And an icing call.
The flow of this game not the same as the one we've just had with Moorhead and White Bear. Moorhead and White Bear were controlling the puck more. They weren't trying long passes, and they were really not even throwing the puck in the zone. We had very few whistles in that game because we had more puck control. This game thus far, we haven't had the same kind of flow to the game. The passing hasn't been as sharp as the earlier game. The physicalness is definitely not there as the earlier game. And overall, it just seems like we've had less flow to the game, but we've had a lot of penalties besides.
Saw a good tight shot there of head coach Pat Geyer of Greenway in his 11th year behind the bench. 16th year overall. Also spent a couple of seasons coaching in Mora, Minnesota, and also in Chisholm. Currently the recreation director and runs the Hodgins-Berardo Arena up in Greenway. Greenway, a real small community. It's actually the school district is made up of 12 townships and small towns up in northern Minnesota. There's a polka dot dairy clock as we're down to the final 40 seconds of the opening period. Greenway holding on to a 1-0 lead. They come back on the attack with the top line. Andy Surdich's shot going off the glass. He'll try to carry on after it. Held in at the point. A backhand shot goes off some legs, and the Eagles again losing it. Turning is Gibo trying to get a shot. Gino Geyer will bounce it in deep. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Going around to number 9, Ryan Hawkins, as it's big line against big line right now. Mike Eric's pass is too far for Ryan Anderson. And with 9 seconds to go, we'll have icing and a draw back in the Eden Prairie zone.
Well, it'll give Greenway one more opportunity to get a good quality chance because they've been winning the majority of the draws, as we've said. And when you win the draws in the offensive zone, you can get a good shot on goal. The centerman right now, what he's got to do, they're having so much trouble winning draws against Greenway, they might as well just tie up the other man. Go for a stick and tie it up so you have just almost like a jump ball in the middle there and let everybody come for it because you do not want to lose that face-off cleanly. And Gino Geyer's been winning the majority. They got to watch this. Ericsson's got to beat him. He doesn't, though.
Geyer's backhander hits the skate en route to Cole.
See, Ericsson's bigger and stronger, so he might as well go for the stick of Geyer. Just slap it aside, drive into him. They're not going to call anything right now.
No.
It's really, they used to call interference on that if you did it flagrantly. But at this stage of the game, situation like this, tie up the other centerman, let your wing come in and help you. And he loses another one there. So.
Ericsson's not listening to you, Louie.
I know. Better not go to net.
Close one at the end there. You better go down and talk to that, Erickson, eh?
Oh, don't worry. He's got a good coach at the university. When he gets there, Lucia's going to make certain that he wins those draws or ties a man up. What Greenway had, boy, they really dominated winning those faceoffs that period, Wally.
Yes, they did.
It was not a real good period for Eden Prairie for any kind of flow.
Here's the last 7 seconds of the period.
Yeah, they just ran out of time the last second. Or look at that. That's what happens when you win faceoffs in the offensive zone. You get chances.
Now, Lee Smith is downstairs with our Ryan Lund. Let's find out what's going through their minds.
All right. Coach, Knabley misses a point-blank shot. Cooley lets in a fluke go. It seems like the breaks didn't really go your way during that one.
No, we started off a little slow, taking a few dumb penalties, and took us a while to get our feet going. But, the last half of the period was pretty even hockey, and if we keep our feet moving, we knew it was going to be a 45-minute game. So hopefully it'll come back around.
When you let in a fluke goal like that, do you shrug your shoulders and just give them that one, or do you change anything you're doing?
Hey, this team's dealt with adversity all year. That's nothing, We've been through a lot of different things, so we're all right.
Speaking of being all right, Mike Erickson gave everybody a little scare there.
Yeah, you're not kidding. My I've dealt with seeing the injuries before, so I was worried on that one.
All right. Good luck in the second period, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Lee Smith, head coach, Eden Prairie Eagles. His team down 1-0 to Greenway. We'll be back with the Northland Ford intermission report.
Legendary Jeep vehicles continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $2,000 cash allowance on both Jeep Grand Cherokee and Cherokee. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Jeep dealer today.
The catch is in. So come join Perkins Seafood Jamboree. Look at the Captain's Catch, a hearty portion of Atlantic cod fillets with shrimp and clams.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't skimp on the shrimp. We pile them high for our shrimp feast dinner.
Oh.
Or try our grilled teriyaki salmon with lemon pepper and apricot glaze. With prices starting at just $6.49, it's time to catch Perkins Seafood Jamboree.
Perkins always something fresh and new.
Beautify your bath with Omega cabinets from Menards. This ensemble features a 36-inch oak vanity with convenient bottom drawer and a matching Tri-View medicine cabinet. On sale just $499. Add the finishing touch with this beautiful high-arc faucet from Peerless. With a lifetime warranty and brass access, on sale $109. A matching tub and shower faucet is $139. Get Peerless savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Chrysler minivans continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $1,500 cash allowance on minivans. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Chrysler dealer today.
Cellular One has plans that fit the way you talk. And whether you talk a little or a lot, we've got a plan and great offers to start you talking. Like this one. You can get a free phone, free nights and weekends for up to a year, and free activation. And on another note, receive 100 bonus minutes when you stop by Cellular One and make a donation of $10 to the American Cancer Society. All proceeds go toward the purchase of daffodil bouquets for cancer patients. Cellular One. Plans that fit the way you talk.
Up here in Lake Bonneau, pizza guys have to know their turf. But Ted's territory is a little different. There are no signs, and it's all on ice.
I can find any fish house.
So Ted drives a Ford Ranger 4x4 Super Cab with 4 doors, a CD, and a powerful V6. It knows the lake as well as he does. And when the walleye aren't biting, everyone loves to see this truck. Lease a St. Paul built Ranger for just $189 a month. Only at your Northland Ford store.
Better luck tomorrow, man. Yeah, whatever.
Brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
The Nielsen ratings are high on the Iron Range because Joe Nielsen's power play goal is the only goal in the first 15 minutes. Greenway leading Eden Prairie 1-0. I'm Jeff Greason. This is the Northland Ford intermission report. A couple of quick sports notes for you. The Wild lost at New Jersey. Jacques Lemaire's old team 6-2. They're at the New York Islanders tomorrow night. And the Gopher basketball team lost to Purdue in the Big Ten basketball tournament 91-77. KMSP, Space Star Communications, and Streaming Technologies are proud to bring you live tournament coverage via the internet. Go to KMSP.tv and click on the Boys 2001 Hockey Tournament icon and then on the streaming video icon. Well, so far, the smaller school with the lead over the bigger one. 1-0 after 15 minutes on the Northland Ford Intermission Report. We're back with more in a moment. Stay with us. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001 from the XL Energy Center.
Times have changed. The name's still the same. Divine Motors, the pride's in our name. We make it easy to find your next automobile. Discover the difference, discover a deal. There's no high pressure, there's no hard sell. It's customer service that we do well. Divine Motors, the pride's in our name.
What does it mean to bring power
It's making sure that no one is left out in the cold.
By turning people on to education.
It means having the resources to meet the critical needs of our patients.
Investing in kids, giving us a chance.
Sharing a passion for the arts.
It means making sure every kid gets a fair shot.
Minnesota Power, contributing to community, because power is more than light.
Tobacco companies still spend millions on ads in the magazines we read. Why?
Gonna light this up.
Target market.
We love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, we try to make your morning with lots of breakfast choices made hot, fresh, and right to order. Not to mention hash browns and a great cup of coffee.
Get the day rolling with our new fresh-baked bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. Crispy bacon, egg, and cheese all on a toasted bagel. Try one today.
We love to see you smile.
Make it a great day with our new bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
Joe Nielsen with the only goal in the first 15 minutes. The question is, who will join Elk River, Hastings, and Moorhead on semifinal Friday night in AA tomorrow night at the XL Energy Center? Jeff Grayson back here wrapping up the Northland Ford intermission report. It was Elk River 3-1 over Eastview, Hastings over Austin 8-3, and Moorhead in overtime earlier tonight 3-2 against White Bear Lake. That wraps up the Northland Ford intermission report. Stay tuned. We'll get you ready for the second period of play between Greenview and Eden Prairie. You are watching Boys Hockey 2001.
Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
Chrysler Sebrings continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $1,000 cash allowance on select Sebrings. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Chrysler dealer today.
Cellular One has plans that fit the way you talk. And whether you talk a little or a lot, we've got a plan and great offers to start you talking. Like this one. You can get a free phone, free nights and weekends for up to a year, and free activation. And on another note, receive 100 bonus minutes when you stop by Cellular One and make a donation of $10 to the American Cancer Society. All proceeds go toward the purchase of daffodil bouquets for cancer patients. Cellular One. Plans that fit the way you talk.
Why do I recycle? That's easy to answer. Hartel's DBJ makes recycling easy with their weekly curbside pickup. And when I separate my paper, plastic, and aluminum, I know 100% of what I do is recycled, and that's important to me.
And to Hartel's DBJ Disposal. We care about our customers and the job we do. We can assure that we recycle 100%. Unlike other methods of mixing, Hartel's DBJ Disposal, your local choice.
Want some good news about young people today? They're smart, they're athletic, and they care about their communities. The Wendy's High School Heisman rewards role models like these young men and women who are not just gifted athletes, but they also give back to their community and excel in the classroom. Chances are, you know a high school senior who's making a difference in your community. Ask your principal at your local high school to nominate them for the Wendy's High School Heisman Award. It's about time the good news got around.
That's our story on quarterfinal Thursday at the XL Energy Center. Jeff Grayson back at the boys hockey tournament. Time to announce another winner in the Toyota Drive for Education contest. Joining me now from Toyota, Alita Harrington. Alita, welcome back. First, tell people a little bit about the Toyota Drive for Education.
Well, for 12 years, Toyota's been supporting Minnesota high schools, and this year Toyota is donating $25,000 to schools that have demonstrated a desire to improve academic as well as student programs. We've had students submit essays from all across the state, and we've selected 10 winners.
And who is our next $2,500 winner, Alita?
It's Thomas Jefferson Senior High School in Bloomington, Minnesota. They've chosen to use their award for a program called Foundations for Success.
Wilmington Jefferson High School. All right, Alita, we'll have more winners tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That's the Toyota Drive for Education. Well, we got the drive for the second period. The small school beating the big one. Let's go upstairs right now. Wally and Lou, guys.
And as we have seen in the first period of this one, Lou, not quite the tempo that we had in the first game matchup between Moorhead and White Bear Lake. And a little bit of a miscue on behalf of Eden Prairie to allow the game's first goal.
Well, the goaltender went behind the net. Cool goes back to stop it for his defenseman. Unfortunately for him, it takes a funny carom off the blade of his stick, and it comes right to the front of the net. Joe Nielsen's going to the net for Greenway, and he's able to put it in the empty net. You've got to watch when you go stop the puck behind the net. You've got to make certain you control the puck first. It's very, very important. And the thing to do is get to the puck quicker so that you can lay it up for your defenseman so he doesn't have to break stride. Here's a chance we see later for Eden Prairie, and that was an excellent save. Knable got a great pass across from John Erickson, but the goaltender, Subchuk, came right across and made a great leg save to keep it 1-0 for Greenway. That's where we are starting the second period.
But that was definitely the save of the tournament so far.
Oh, boy, that was a great save. Well, I'll tell you, I expect Eden Prairie is going to come out and use their bodies a little bit more. They're a big, strong team. They've come through a lot this year. They've got kids that have been winners all the way through. They've had a great minor hockey program there for a long time. And they've got to get their attack going because Greenway is not going to just sit back and allow them to come. Greenway's quick, and Greenway's going to go to you. So you've got to be able to handle a puck and make a pass because Greenway's not going to give you any room to operate. They are a fast team. They've had a great season. I mean, when you look at some of the teams they played against and who they beat, you know that they're a quality hockey club. So you've got to create your own chances, and the only way you're going to do that is by using the body to eliminate the opposition, using a short pass, and making certain your outlet passes, whether they're short or long, are on target. Otherwise, those turnovers can cost you.
You saw the Dodge dealers' shots on goal very close, but another way to gain some shots on goal is to win faceoffs. Greenway doing an absolutely phenomenal job, winning 13 of 20 faceoffs in that period.
Well, the majority of Eden Prairie shots on goal came when they were on the power play. They had a couple of chances there. They had a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4. Greenway is not giving them much at even strength, and I expect that you're going to see something different from Eden Prairie this period. I would think that they're going to have more puck control and try and carry the puck a little bit more. They were throwing the puck in a little too often. You throw it in against a fast team, and if that team's using their legs like Greenway was in the first period, they're going to beat you to the puck and get it out before you get in to put any pressure on. So you need more puck control here.
Quite a storied history for Greenway. They haven't been to the state tournament since 1992, back when it was Tier 1 and Tier 2. And at that point, they had an outstanding trip here. But you go back into the 60s, when they were here 5 straight years, from 66 through 70. They won the state tournament twice in 1967 and 68 behind a young guy by the name of Mike Antonovich, who just put on a tremendous show for everybody in the state during that period.
Well, Michael continued that at the University of Minnesota, and then in the pros, he played with the Fighting Saints and finished up his career with Minnesota North Stars.
And now scouting, I believe, for the St. Louis Blues.
Yes, he is.
Play comes into the Greenway zone off the faceoff. It's stuck up in some equipment, but plied loose by Gino Geyer, getting it across the line now. Geyer to serve it back out in front, and a collision at the goal mouth, and a close scoring play for the Raiders.
And you saw the quick hands of Gino Geyer. He's in tight, he gets a pass, he's almost past the goaltender, but watch the kind of move he makes. He's being checked by the defenseman down there, and he's got to make a fast move with his hands. Look at him, he's going to get the pass right here and cut right to the middle and try and get on the far side.
Wow.
A real good play, but a good back check, I'll tell you, on the play by Ryan Hawkins to knock him down right by the net, because he'd have cut right in front of the net, and he's got fast hands, great goal scorer. As we said, he had 35 goals this year, and you know he can put it away when he's in close.
Puck controlled by Gibo. His shot is right on goal. Picking it up off the goalkeeper is the defenseman, Usher. Long pass is just a little bit behind Anderson, number 8 for Eden Prairie. Gibo straight up the middle for Greenway. Across the line, still has it, being pestered from behind. Centers it out in front, but it's onto the stick of Hawkins of Eden Prairie. Hawkins taking a pass through the middle. Tries to split the D, lost the puck, but carrying on. Offside was Anderson.
Well, that was close. That was close. They tried to break through coming up the ice. It was Anderson and Hawkins. Hawkins gave it over to Anderson, and there's Hawkins, number 9. He's just a foot over. Anderson tried to get that puck ahead. He was smart enough to reach out and try to gain control of the blue line, but it was just a hair too late, or that would have been a great opportunity for Eden Prairie, who came out of their zone very well that time to start that attack.
Dalby now centering John Erickson and Knabley. Rose was centering that line back in the opening period. Greenway on the rush. Mikulich has a pass blocked. Now it's picked off, and here comes Knabley. He was robbed earlier in the first. On the off wing, cutting towards the net. Circles it. Leaves the puck off in the corner now for Dalby. Dalby is checked, and picking it up for Greenway is Andrew Geyer. He's ridden out of the play along the boards by Knabley, and he'll come back around to the other door. Andrew Geyer. Headman pass goes out of the skates of number 3, Mel, one of the co-captains of this team. Big physical guy. He's got a football scholarship, and he'll be heading to Bemidji State next year. That's Dan Mel, number 3 for Greenway. On the attack, Mike Cordham, solo, and driven into the end boards on a hard jolt there by Mike Daigle. And Daigle appears to be the guy a little bit slow coming up out of that pileup, favoring his left leg. He remains on the ice. Here comes Cordham once more with a rising shot that's off the glass, and caroms right back to neutral ice and skitters into the Eden Prairie zone.
And Eden Prairie certainly playing a lot better this period than they had in the first period. They got their legs moving, they're playing physical, and they're skating with the puck. They're controlling the puck and going with it.
Well, Lee Smith says the strength of this Eden Prairie team is the fact that they probably have the 3 best forward lines in the tourney. Very good depth, and they love to play 5-on-5. We didn't see much of that in the opening period with 5
a lot of penalties, yeah.
Now launching out of his own zone is the defenseman David Olson. His pass is blocked by Gibo at center. Gibo swinging it loose, going right on goal. He has Geyer with him, centers it, but Gino Geyer was all tied up from behind by Olson on the back check. Timeout. Menard scoreboard remains as it was from early in the first period. A 1-0 lead for Greenway.
Lou usually fishes for walleye. Today, he's going fishing for something a little different.
Got it. Reel her in!
Landing a catch this big takes real power. With a 5.4-liter Triton V8 off-road package and 17-inch aluminum wheels, the Northland Edition F-150 4x4 is always ready to pitch in, or haul out. Get the 2001 F-150 now with $500 cash back plus 3.9 financing. Only at your Northland Ford store.
Guess you won't be riding her home, dear.
David Olson made a great play, back-checking Gino Geyer, taking him into the net. Gino Geyer knocked the net off, and the face-off came outside the zone.
Andrew Geyer trying to center it to his brother Gino out in front. Andrew, number 21, Gino, number 7 for Greenway. It'll come back into neutral ice. A look-up ice first by Daigle. Shot all the way down by number 15. That's Joel Badavanac. Badavanac is giving chase, but coming out of his own end now is David Olson for Eden Prairie. Reaching the line, it was offside anyways and can't go any further. Now here comes Hawkins starting it up on the left. Hawkins trying to cut in, does, but the puck was a little bit ahead of him. Here's Anderson on Hawkins working behind the net. Greenway intercepts. Gino Geyer, good quick hands as you pointed out earlier. Getting it across the line now for Andy Sertich, cutting in his shoots. Cool with a left pad save.
And a good move by Sertich coming to his forehand and shooting right off the fly there. He didn't give the goaltender much time to set up, and that's why Cool had to make a great save to keep that puck out of the net. Good leg save by Cool. Sertich with some good wood on that as he cut towards the net.
Talked about earlier about Greenway's trips to the state. This is the 3rd one for Eden Prairie. They came here in '99 and also in '92. They finished the year 2nd in the Lake Conference, 15-3 behind only Bloomington Jefferson.
Look at that move by Sertich as he comes to the center. He lets fly, just shooting as soon as he got past the defenseman so that the goalie wouldn't have much time to react. But Cool was very, very quick in getting his leg there and making the save.
Eden Prairie with a puck. They fly out to Mike Knabley breaking. He tries to split the D. No way there. Greenway showing great skills out here. Number 3, Dan Mel across the line. The puck is loose. Mel after it. Collides with Cool, who clears but not out. Daigle with a shot as the goalie was out and Cordham replaced him.
Oh, what a break that Greenway almost got there because there was a stick that was loose, Berg's stick, and it stopped the puck from coming out of the zone. Greenway almost had a breakaway, but Poole came right out and got that loose puck.
Here's Hawkins now, centering it, and a nice brawling defensive effort for Daigle to break up that play, and that was a 3-on-1.
It was, Wally. I was just going to say, that was a great effort. Here's a 3-on-1. He's got two alternatives, two ways to pass the puck. Daigle played it perfectly, and he smothered the pass from going across. Really a fine defensive play at that time to keep Greenway ahead 1-0, as Eden Prairie certainly picked up their pace and their playing ability this period. They've been much more effective handling the puck. They're skating with the puck more. They're getting control of the zone. They just haven't been able to beat the defensive cleanly enough to get in on net yet.
Well, I sure like this number 9 for Eden Prairie. There's Ryan Hawkins. He's just a 10th grader, but such a poised player out here.
Well, they've had a lot of kids come through their minor hockey program. They've been real tough with their Bantam and the Pee Wee teams there for a long time. Eden Prairie's program is getting extremely strong.
Bantam champions last year, and Hawkins was the leading scorer on that team. Meanwhile, Greenway is on the attack now. Cool has it bounce off behind the goal where David Olson takes it. Cross-ice pass. Hawkins now trying to go rink wide for Anderson. That will be no dice. Back across the line comes number 21, Andrew Geyer, just dumping it in. He also just a sophomore player for Greenway. Now there's a steal. Geyer's shot blocked. Carrying on, number 22, Mike Perconi, watching right end, fires short side, and Cool makes a spectacular stick save. Turning to keep it alive is Daigle. Tipped to the blue line and not quite out, but finally Eden Prairie breaks out. Mike Erickson in on goal, he scores!
Erickson breaking on the right side. He's being checked at the same time by Gino Geyer coming back, but Erickson, using his size and strength, fights his way through for a shot and beats goaltender Subchak on the short side. Subchak got just a piece of it. It looked like he was going to be able to control a shot, but he didn't, and Erickson ties his game. Erickson right here. He's going to drive towards the net, fight off Geyer to get the shot away. Hits the pad of Subchak, and the puck deflects right in the net. As the big centerman, the leader of this hockey club, Eden Prairie, gets his team on the scoreboard, tying his game. Using his size and strength to fight the man off. You see, when he's driving towards the net, he gets that left leg out, and he doesn't allow Geyer to come in and stop his shooting motion. He uses his size and strength, and he puts that shot away, tying his game at 1.
23rd goal of the year for co-captain Mike Erickson. And the assist going to the other co-captain, David Olson, along with line mate Ryan Anderson.
Second assist to number 8, Ryan Anderson.
Andy Sertic stopping, sending the puck out to neutral ice. Banging into the wall was Jim Giebel, physical player, taking a little of his own medicine there. Giebel hustling back to get in his defensive post. Meanwhile, the puck goes back in behind the goal where Mike Daigle has it. Good tough player. Headman pass out of the way behind Gino Geyer. Comes back out to neutral. Mike Cordham will wait. Toss it in. Eden Prairie changes on the go. Giebel behind his net for Greenway. Big check as he's dumped to the ice on that jolt thrown by number 19, Snyder. Now Snyder with a puck. His rising shot is gloved and held by Subchak. Well, things have changed on our Menard scoreboard. We're now tied up at 1.
These days, everything's being called fresh. Fresh brewed coffee. How do you know when it was brewed? Fresh air! Hey, look, fresh picked corn. You picked this? How about you, Farmer Brown? If you're going to say fresh, mean it. Right, Kathy?
Right, Jim. Subway has 4 new Subway Selects made fresh right in front of you. Like the delicious Southwest chicken. Seasoned chicken with a tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh-baked gourmet bread.
See, fresh made does taste better.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Watch Dave Snyder. He knocked a man down. He comes on the far side. Dalby picks up the puck, and a good 2-on-1 right here gives Eden Prairie an opportunity to get in the lead for the first time, but Subchak makes a save. We're tied at 1.
From the face-off, Eden Prairie pushes the puck wide of the Greenway goal.
Eden Prairie they're using their body now. They're trying to slow Greenway down, and they're doing a good job of it.
Andy Geyer hits the post on the outside, and it ricochets into the corner. Comes back to the netminder, Cool. He wants to catch his breath on that one. That's all he gave him, though, was just a quarter inch there.
Yeah, he didn't have much. But that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Eden Prairie picking up their game. Here you're going to see the shot from the right side by Geyer, and the shot goes towards the net, and it's just on the far side of the net. It actually didn't hit the pipe, it hit the side of the net. It looked more dangerous than it was. So he's on the outside. It's more like the rounded part of the net. He's about a foot away from the short side. But Eden Prairie much more effective this period because they got their legs moving, they're using their body, and they're carrying the puck and controlling the puck much better than they did in the first period. Giving Greenway some problems now because they got big size besides having some speed.
Mike Cordham getting the puck. He's stood up by Aaron Mikulich. Puck goes around to the other side of the rink and pwned it out to center ice now by Dan Mill, who is giving chase, but catching up quickly was Mike Knebly to break up the play. Eden Prairie in control. They're in the white jerseys. John Erickson going wide to the left side. Carrying on around two Greenway players. There's a trailer in the corner. Nobody there except Mikulich for Greenway. And now Greenway we're seeing having problems like Eden Prairie was in the first period, just tossing it out. Here's Ryan Anderson putting it on in front for Erickson. The Hawkins, he scores!
That any good.
Beautiful.
That play was as pretty as it gets, and I got to tell you, it started all with the goaltender. Dan Cool, I would bring that replay all the way back. Greenway went for a bad change, and when they do, Cool's really got his head up. He centers that puck all the way up to Ryan Anderson. Right there, look at that play. All the way up the ice to Ryan Anderson. He gives it over to Erickson, who makes an excellent pass to Hawkins. Hawkins got an open net. Tic-tac-toe, and give that goal to Cool, because he saw Greenway checking at the changing at the wrong time. And what a great outlet pass of 3-on-0. We were talking in the first game, Wally, about making bad changes. That wasn't exactly a total bad change if it hadn't been for Cool. Everybody, the puck was going in the zone, but what happened is they threw it too close to the goaltender. When you're going to change, you throw the puck in the corner so the goalie can't play it. Cool was sensational on that play.
Too bad we can't award 3 assists because he definitely warranted one on that one. Now Greenway coming right back with a shot off target. Gibo is stepping up and will keep the puck into the zone, trying to feed Nielsen, who has a lone goal for Greenway. The big line for Eden Prairie coming up with 2 goals here in the second, and they've taken the lead under 7 minutes to go as we just passed the midway point of tonight's game. Jim Gibo coming, charging up out of his own zone, hands it off, almost a 2-on-0 break there, but a fine defensive effort by Olsen stopped any further Raider progress.
And Olsen's made a couple of them coming back, and he's played a strong game in defense, taking the body out, and sometimes he's been the last man and had to make sure he made the play.
Surdich will shoot it in. This is Andy Surdich, quick player, spent some time with the U.S. national teams, and has been paired with Gino Geyer for 3 years now, 9-7. That's why that line is 200 points this year. At the blue line, unable to hold the line, was Andy Geyer. Now here comes Dalby right back. Dalby has Armstrong. His backhand shot is stopped by the netminder, Subchak. Geyer through the middle, angling right. Gino Geyer cutting out in front. He scores! What a pretty goal!
You're right. Individual efforts don't get much better than that. He had to go way around the defenseman. He cuts around the defenseman and then on a real sharp angle. And he's got to cut back to the front of the net because he's on his backhand. He's a left-hand shot coming from the right side. And he makes a great cut. That's excellent skating ability. Gino Geyer showing why he had 35 goals this year with an outstanding individual effort. Look at him go around the outside on the defenseman. Now he's got a sharp angle to cut to the middle and be on his forehand. Once he gets there, the goalie's got no chance, because now if the goalie stays where he is, he goes to the far side like he did and scores. If the goalie pulls away, then he'll score on the short side. Great effort by Gino Geyer. When you get in a situation like that, the defense has got to peel off the other guy and help out, because you can't let a dangerous scorer like that cut to the middle of the net unchallenged.
Wow, was that a spectacular play. The assist on the play will go to Andy Sertich and Andy Geyer, his brother. Here's Mike Erickson coming back, putting it out in front, but nobody there. Oh, players had gone in a little too deep. And behind the goal, trying to send it out in front was Ryan Anderson for Eden Prairie. Here's Erickson picking it up, trying to feed Hawkins, picks it up off his back and shoots just wide. Cordham on the far point, drills one, hits traffic out in front, still bounding around. Chopped at by several players, but remains in the zone as Eden Prairie's Peters steps up and fired off to the side by Subchak. Back to the point. Mike Cordham winds, fires, hits somebody on the way, put out in front by Anderson just wide. Hawkins after it along the boards. Peters keeping it in. That's Nick Peters, his older brother Colin, playing for St. Cloud State. Mike Erickson picking up the puck. He'll be a gopher next year. And that puck, he eludes Peters. He'll have to chase it down in his own zone. Cool, catching another line change up to Erickson. 3-on-1, he shoots. Oh, and the defenseman makes the save. Boy, they got to watch out for Cool back there.
I'll say. And Erickson didn't see Hawkins coming again all alone on the far side, or he would have had another pretty setup.
David Olson's shot was blocked. Here's Joe Nielsen firing it across ice. Broken up, but Cool once again coming out. He's as dangerous as any defenseman out there with a puck. Big circle now for Chris Rolls as he's bumped behind the play. He releases the puck. Goalkeeper Subchak will make it stay behind the net. Here's Nielsen again. Headman's a pass to Jamie Geyer. He's the cousin of the other two Geyer boys. Eden Prairie back at their own line, trying to catch a nifty play. They're unable to do so. Rose will drive it in deep. Everybody tags up to remain onside. Here come the Raiders. 2-2 hockey game. Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny with you live from the XL Energy Center, downtown St. Paul. Double-A tournament action. Armstrong rips the glass. Back on the point, trying to hold it in is Olson. He doesn't do so, and here comes Gino Geyer, the deadly Geyer. Holds up, shoots way on, and a good stick save for Cool. Another shot on goal. Geyer the rebound. Puck pops out of there, and Daigle can't quite get in. Here's another try for Sertich. The scramble out in front, and finally the Eagles tear it away. Oh, the whole building here is on their feet watching this one. And icing called against the Eagles.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that last 3 minutes, Wally.
They're going crazy. Menard scoreboard is up at 2-all.
Cellular One has plans that fit the way you talk. And whether you talk a little or a lot, we've got a plan and great offers to start you talking. Like this one. You can get a free phone, free nights and weekends for up to a year, and free activation. And on another note, receive 100 bonus minutes when you stop by Cellular One and make a donation of $10 to the American Cancer Society. All proceeds go toward the purchase of daffodil bouquets for cancer patients. Cellular One, plans that fit the way you talk.
Oh, the last 3 minutes, just end-to-end action with outstanding plays and a couple of great opportunities right there for Greenway. First Gino Geyer and then for Coney, but Dan Cool makes the saves just as Eden Prairie had been putting on tremendous pressure down the other end. It just reverts, turns away, and down comes Greenway, and they get a couple of great chances. This period is light years different from that first period.
Top line for each team on the ice right now. And Eden Prairie in the light, picking up the puck at the side of the goal. Mike Erickson has checked and spun around, lost control of it. Here's Porconi getting the puck now for Greenway, number 22. Porconi pinned up along the boards. Back at the point, the long shot by Babadek is right on goal.
No, that got deflected by Sertich. That's what made that a difficult save. That was some kind of deflection. Sertich was real quick to get his hands down when that shot was coming from the point from Badavich. Watch Sertich coming out of the corner, number 9. He's going to just get his stick on it. Right here, this shot's coming. He got it right there. You see that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that was a good save by Cool.
Watch number 9, folks, from the green.
They win the draw again. That's the one area that Eden Prairie is still lacking in. They picked up their physical play, their passing play.
Porconi screened one wide, but Davenak, another shot from almost that same spot, is off target. Andrew Geyer steps up, the puck high into the air. Hawkins missed it. Then a second try allows Ryan Hawkins to gain control. Boomer from outside the line is on goal. And Tom Subchak will hang on. Whoa, let's catch our breath. It's a 2-2 hockey game here from downtown St. Paul.
Right now, take home a Honda Valkyrie with 0 down and 5.9% APR financing and get $500 in custom bucks from RJ Sport & Cycle, 4918 Miller Trunk Highway, Duluth.
Two teams battling hard to go to tomorrow night against Moorhead that won our earlier game. It's 2-2 with 2:22 to go here in the second period. In hockey that has really accelerated and got extremely exciting this period. A lot of good chances by both clubs. And the game remains tied. Good goaltending play by both Subchuk and Kuhl in this period.
Here's Jim Gibo, good defensive-styled defenseman. Tried to get the puck to Dan Mell, number 3, but he was spun around. Gibo will have another attempt. Finds Mell. It's 3-on-2 now for Greenway. Across the line for Mikulich. He puts it out in front. Mell takes it on the backhand. Moves it to the point. Here, stepping up is Gibo with a shot on target, and Kuhl sticks it to his right. Taking it from the goalie is Knable. He lost it. There's going to be a tripping penalty against Eden Prairie. Finally controlled by number 2, Cordham. And the first penalty of this period will be called against the Eagles. Raiders power play is next.
Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, bring your dreams to Hermantown Lumber and Marvin Windows. Hermantown Lumber, 3707 LeVake Road in Hermantown.
Well, Chris Rose, he's going off for hooking. Lee Smith did not want his team to get any unnecessary penalties, as he said at the end of the first period, and staying out of the penalty box in this second period. They played very well, but now they've got to kill this one off. There's 1:42 to go in this period. Tied at 2. And Greenway going on the power play again, and they've already got a power play goal here tonight.
And they've got the highest scoring line in the state on the ice. 201 points in 28 games. That's an average of 3 goals a game. Here's Gino Geyer, the magician, putting it out in front for Ferconi. Couldn't shoot. Shot from the point on the other side is just off target. Mikulich will pick it up for Greenway and ring it around. David Olson breaks up the play, but he's pinned along the wall by Ferconi. Gino Geyer finds a man at the point. Slid across to number 9, Surdich. He lets a shot go. Blocked. Surdich a backhander now. And that try is blocked by the Eden Prairie penalty killers. Mike Daigle with it. Back to Surdich. Surdich looking. Goes down low. Coming out of the wall is Mikulich, but he can't go anywhere with a puck as Jason Usher broke it up. Gino Geyer behind the goal. Geyer getting away from Usher. Over to Forconi. Back to the point for Surdich. Sends it back to the other side for Daigle. They go door to door, but the pass is intercepted, and Eden Prairie will clear as we enter the final minute of the period as the Chrysler clock is clicking down now with 42 seconds to go.
Does that say something about Ryan Hawkins? He's a sophomore. He's killing penalties. He's on the power play. Quite a hockey player for Eden Prairie.
Now, if he can just stop Geyer, he'll be excellent. It was Erickson dropping Geyer to the ice. Half a minute to go as we go back into the Greenway zone. Netminder Subchak now tipping it ahead. Here's Mel. He's got a breakaway. He shoots. And Kuhl with a stick save. Pounded back out in front by Mikulich, but it goes into the corner. Mel to Mikulich. They'll have to hurry. 10 seconds left. Back to the blue line, and it was too far of a reach for Mike Daigle. Now here's a breakaway the other way for Steve Dalby going in. He bands on it. Oh, what a spectacular period this has been.
Oh, my goodness. A couple of quality chances. First of all, Mel had a great one after an excellent play by Mikulich on the far side. Mikulich right here deflected that puck. Number 10 had just deflected that to Mel, and a great save by Kuhl. And now we get another chance going the other way. Just end-to-end action for these guys. Dalby skating down. He's got that loose puck. As you said, Wally, he just fanned on it right in front of the net. Right there. It seemed to bounce up on him. And he's probably wondering what happened to that puck. It just seemed to bounce just before he shot.
He took a little wobble off the ice there.
Just like a little bounce on the ice. They're going to pull the goaltender right now. Greenway is, because there's only 1 second to go, and you can't score. I mean, Eden Prairie is, because you can't score a goal in 1 second all the way down the ice, but you sure can off the face-off. So a good move by the coach Lee Smith there. and he's going to have the centerman go right to the net. See, he'll just try and shoot it. He wasn't able to do it, but when you only got 1 second, you don't try and draw it. You just try and shoot it right off the face-off into the net.
Wow, what a wild period.
Oh, great period of hockey compared to that first period. It was just outstanding. Both of these clubs using their speed, using their skill, using their physical ability to knock people off the puck, and great goaltending by both Kuhl and Subchuk, and that made for an exciting period of play. Boy, we stick around and see a lot of those and not mind it at all. That is excellent hockey and great play by both of these clubs.
I can't wait for the third period, but first of all, let's find out how Pat Geyer takes a view at this one. He's standing by with Ryan Lund.
Well, Coach, for people who didn't know about the Geyer, Surdich, and Forconi line, I think they do now.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great period altogether. A guy made some big saves down there. We were fortunate to get one past him there to tie the game at 2. It should be a great third period.
When Eden Prairie scored its second goal, momentum was definitely on their side. How big of a goal was it for Gino?
It was a huge goal. I mean, we were kind of dying, and we seemed to lose some stamina or something, and they caught us on a couple line changes, but to stick one back in down there gave us some momentum and gave us some adrenaline again.
As well as it went there at the end, at the same time, you did give Eden Prairie a few too many odd man rushes. What do you do to stop that?
Well, we got to keep our third guy out. I didn't think we got there very well on the forecheck, and I thought we gave him a lot of space coming out, and didn't get body to body. And when you don't do that to a team that has hands like that, they're going to kill you.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
That's head coach Gino Geyer. His team tied with Eden Prairie 2-2 after what was probably our best period of hockey so far here at the XL Energy Center. Third period should be a good one too.
In 1951, Toyota introduced the Land Cruiser. Today, we have the most extensive lineup of sport utility vehicles in America for families and individuals, mountaintops as well as soccer fields, and like the original, all of them are designed to get you there and back.
There's a place where folks can get a lot of good food for not a lot of money. It's got to be Applebee's. Bring in your appetite, people. Applebee's all-you-can-eat riblets are back. Stacks of our one-of-a-kind hickory-smoked riblets. All you can eat, all you can handle. But how much can you handle? Find out at Applebee's.
When it comes to something as important as your health, you don't trust just anyone. You count on the people with the most experience, the pharmacy team at Reed Drug. Every day they work hard to keep you and your family healthy with prompt, accurate service and informative answers 7 days a week. Reed's pharmacists take the time to tell you everything you need to know about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications. Taking care of you better than anyone else. Just one more reason why Reed Drug is Grand Rapids' favorite store and the pharmacy you can trust.
Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR financing on Dodge Ram.
Fix the controls.
Do it!
Get out!
We gotta get one of those.
I told you not to let him drive.
New associates of the future. You all reached the tops of your class to arrive here, the bottom.
Wow, I'm so not used to saying I'm someone's turning. Not that should worry you.
1 week from Monday, NBC presents a different kind of law show.
We need a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Have you been served, Dr. Hyman?
5 first-year lawyers in the same law practice.
Say that isn't my client.
First Years premieres 1 week from Monday on NBC.
Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
What a tournament so far in the quarterfinals, counting A and AA. 6 of our first 7 games were 2-1 after 30 minutes. And this game, our 8th game, is tied up at 2. It should be a great third period between Greenway and Eden Prairie. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. I'm Jeff Grayson back at the XL Energy Center. A man with more than just a little interest in this game. Joining me now, Moorhead coach Dave Morinville. Your team plays the winner of this one. Before we look ahead to that, first, congratulations on your game 3-2 over White Bear in overtime, Coach. 9 overtime games this year.
Yeah, I think we're used to playing overtime. It was kind of funny going into overtime. We looked around and I said, well, guys, it's not a question if we're going to win it. It's a question who's going to get the winner. And they all kind of looked at each other and kind of makes sense. And I thought defensively we played very well. I thought all 4 of our defensemen played well. Terry Shirkleff's done a great job, my assistant coach, working with them. And Buckholz was the guy tonight to step forward. He's a good defenseman, but all 3 of those other guys played well, too. So I thought it was a good, tight defensive game, and the puck fell for us.
And I know there's a bit of an inspiration besides the state tournament that's on your mind and the players' minds. You've got a ill player watching this. Want to say something to DJ?
Yeah, DJ, we got his jersey on there. He probably doesn't recognize it. It's a little bit cleaner than what it was before. But, Deej, we miss you, and maybe you'll play Saturday night, so we hope we could see you, you know, if you could get out of that hospital and come around. We miss him, but thoughts and prayers are with them, but it's been given a chance for some other guys to step forward.
Talking about junior DJ Yarber, for those of you who don't know. Now, you will play the winner of this semifinal Friday night, tomorrow night. Greenway and Eden Prairie, you've been watching, being the scout. You played Greenway earlier this year. They beat you 4-3. What do you think?
Well, Greenway beat us earlier in there, and they deserved to win that game. They all played us, and they deserved to win it. We found some goals and made it a close game in the end, but still, they were the better team that night, definitely. They outshot us, not by a ton, but they did outshoot us, especially in the second period. I think what's interesting, I think what you have here is Greenway's got that good first line. Sturdic and Guy are very, very good, very skilled players, and Eden Prairie's got a little bit more depth. Their first line's good, but they might have a little bit more depth than Greenway. So I think you're going to see their depth versus that first line for Greenway, and I think that's a good matchup. Both goalies seem very equal, and, you know, who knows?
Good, tight hockey.
I hope it goes like maybe 4 or 5 overtimes tonight. That would be great. So then we could see what happens tomorrow.
We'll keep that secret from Wally and Lou, okay?
Yeah, Wally and Lou probably are earning their money tonight. They're both good games, and like I said, we had to switch some players around in different positions, and, you know, it's a real credit to our players. I mean, 9 overtime games, and I think we, you know, we've learned how to play in real tight games, so it's been good.
In the words of Jack Buck, we'll see you tomorrow night.
We'll see you tomorrow night, and thank goodness they just got all the Wells Fargo suite, and being I put in a plug, I get an interest rate off, so that'll be good.
That was subtle. That was smooth. All right, he's got a future in sales. That's Moorhead coach Dave Morinville. We'll see the spots in the semifinal Friday night. Stay with us. The Northland Ford Intermission Report continues.
For the Swensons, tubing is a very big deal. They need a truck that fits the tubes and the family. Ford Super Crew fits the bill. With the most interior space in its class, a Triton V8 engine, and four-wheel drive, it's the perfect mix of utility and comfort.
Okay, we're here.
Maybe too much comfort. Get a 2001 F-150 Super Crew with $500 cash back plus 3.9 financing. Only at your Northland Ford store.
What does it mean to bring power to a community?
Primarily means keeping jobs here.
Giving youth in crisis the confidence for life. It's an opportunity to succeed.
Creating economic growth and jobs means everything to a community.
It's having the vision and resources to make the region work.
Minnesota Power, contributing to communities because power is more than light.
These days, everything's being called fresh. Fresh brewed coffee. How do you know when it was brewed? Fresh air! Hey, look, fresh picked corn. You picked this? How about you, Farmer Brown? If you're going to say fresh, mean it. Right, Kathy?
Right, Jim. Subway has 4 new Subway Selects made fresh right in front of you, like the delicious Southwest chicken. Seasoned chicken with a tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh-baked gourmet bread.
See, fresh made does taste better.
Subway, eat fresh.
Companies say their advertising isn't targeting us anymore. Yet they continue to put more and more money into magazine advertising read by teens. Now Big Tobacco's message is bigger than ever.
The U.S. Bank scoreboard is tied at 2 after 2. Eden Prairie's Mike Erickson, the future Gopher, with a goal and an assist, but it's Geyer beware because Gino Geyer tied it up at 2. Jeff Grayson back at the XL Energy Center as we continue the Northland Ford intermission report. Should be a great third period. KMSP, Space Star Communications, and Streaming Technologies are proud to bring you live tournament coverage via the internet. Go to KMSP.tv and click on the boys 2001 hockey tournament icon and then on the streaming video icon. As we bring the Northland Ford intermission report to a close, when we come back, Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny will analyze a very active second period and take you the rest of the way. Stay with us. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001 from the XL Energy Center.
The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
Proven experience and a team approach for help in personal injury and workers' compensation law. Cuso, Broth, and Enval. Our success is no accident.
Years before America's electric cooperatives forged the nationwide alliance, Touchstone Energy, neighbors built their own electric utility to power lives and communities. Now Touchstone Energy cooperatives serve millions of homes and businesses. Customers large and small get state-of-the-art technology and affordable service. From the one-room schoolhouse to the communities and businesses of tomorrow, trust Touchstone Energy, the power of human connections. We're the Touchstone Energy Cooperatives of Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Got a little SUV and a big load? Good luck. But Dodge Durango is different. With 2 big, beefy Magnum V8s to choose from, you can pull up to 7,550 pounds, which puts Durango ahead and your boat behind you. Durango. Different. And just right. Now get a $2,000 cash allowance or low 0.9 financing on Durango.
Why do I recycle? That's easy to answer. Hartel's DBJ makes recycling easy with their weekly curbside pickup. And when I separate my paper, plastic, and aluminum, I know 100% of what I do is recycled, and that's important to me.
And to Hartel's DBJ Disposal. We care about our customers and the job we do. We can assure that we recycle 100%. Unlike other methods of mixing, Hartel's DBJ Disposal, your local choice.
Back to the XL Energy Center. We're set to go for our third and final period of this AA quarterfinal matchup between Eden Prairie and Greenway. Touchstone Energy power play clock still shows 17 seconds of manpower advantage left for the Greenway Raiders in a 2-2 stalemate. Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny with you for the final period as the puck comes back to Andy Sertich in his own zone for Greenway. Well, there's a steal. Mike Erickson had it, lost it in his skates, and the Raiders recover. For Coney, number 22. Whoops, stolen away from him by Hawkins. This young sophomore, really a nice-looking player out here for the Eagles. And the penalty now expired. Full strength for both these teams as we go 5-on-5 here. Half a minute gone in the third period. Again, 2-2. Here comes Gino Geyer. The deadly Geyer drops it off for Coney's shot, blocked by the dropping defenseman of Dave Olson. Ole picking up the puck, coming up out of his own zone. He's a 4.0 student, gets it across the line to Hawkins, going right in his center and score! Mike Erickson on a wonderful pass from Hawkins.
A great outlet pass to start the play, and then what a heads-up play by a sophomore, Ryan Hawkins. He's got a 2-on-1, and the defenseman was playing him perfectly. So what does he do? He knows he can't pass through the man. He fakes the pass, goes around to the side of him, then passes the puck right when it's an open end. Watch this play by Hawkins. Here, he just looked. He saw a 2-on-1. Now he's got to pull the puck, go past the defenseman, then lays a perfect pass to Mike Erickson, who puts it away and gives Eden Prairie a lead 3-2. What a great, great play by Ryan Hawkins. Terrific outlet pass. to start the play by Dave Olson. And boy, oh boy, that young sophomore, he got some poise.
Mike Cordham, number 2, coming up ice. Mike Erickson's second goal of the game, his 24th of the year. He also has an assist, so he's been a part of all 3 Eden Prairie goals. Greenway trying to get something mustered here. Andrew Geyer stopped at center ice. Cordham trying to feed it across the line. John Erickson got the puck, but he was already offside entering the zone.
You're seeing a little change in Greenway's play right now. They've got too much space between their defensemen and their forwards, and sometimes their defensemen are getting caught out of position. It's allowing Eden Prairie to make some good passes in the neutral zone, long passes, wide passes, and allowing them to skate right into the zone with speed. Greenway's got to tighten up their gaps a little bit. They got to play a little stronger defensively in the neutral zone because they're having some problems right now with Eden Prairie passing the puck much better in the second period and this period than they did in the first.
Mike Daigle in his own zone, trying to play the puck up to Smith for Greenway. It comes back now to Gibo. Jim Gibo unable to clear it. Now here comes number 12, Scott Smith across the line. Smith dropping it off for Mikulich. His shot is off target. Stepping up is Daigle at the blue line. He'll try to roll it along the boards. Nobody home. Cordham's breaking away for Eden Prairie. The boys, he stood up on a nice jolt there by Daigle. Daigle pushing it ahead, too far. Taken over by Tom Berg of Eden Prairie. Berg getting it across the line for Hawkins, but it's swept away from him by Mel. Anderson in the corner, trying to feed it back to the point. Greenway breaking loose now. Here comes Surdich. Surdich stops, entering the attack zone, drops it off for Coney, right in. His shot, hit his own play, the rebound, he scores! Tie game!
Well, I'll tell you, that was a very, very heads-up play. Perconi's the benefactor of that, but he came off the bench on the line change, and he was very, very late coming into the play, so nobody saw him. And then you see Surdich, real heads-up right here. He's on the right side. Here's Surdich. He looks. He sees a guy coming from the bench all alone, and he gives it to him. He just walks right in. The first shot is stopped, gets the rebound. The goalie's down, puts it in the empty net. And you've got to credit Andy Surdich with real heads-up play. Watch him here. Now he's looking. He's got nobody passing. Here comes the guy off the bench in the slot. And Perconi makes no mistake on that second one, putting it away.
Right back at you, tie hockey game a minute and a half later.
That's why they say, Wally, watch the late man coming into play.
Yep.
And Perconi was going real late. He was coming off a line change.
Well, what a wonderful hockey game this has been. We have a hand pass violation, and a face-off will be spotted back in the Greenway zone. Just over 2 minutes gone by in the period. U.S. Bank scoreboard is showing us still knotted up, but it's at 3 right now.
Legendary Jeep vehicles continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $2,000 cash allowance on both Jeep Grand Cherokee and Cherokee. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Jeep dealer today.
Both of these clubs playing hard. They want to advance tomorrow to get against Moorhead, and each of them not giving up at any time. Very, very effective now around the goals. Every time they get an opportunity, a good one, they're putting it away.
I love this good offensive hockey, eh?
Yep. Oh, it's fun to watch. It really is.
Here comes Andy Geyer. Squeezed off the play, the sophomore defenseman for Greenway. He'll hustle back and have to hurry, but Hawkins, the other sophomore star for Eden Prairie, couldn't get started up. Now back comes Andy Surdich for Greenway, putting it out in front, just missing Gino Geyer. For Coney, who just scored to tie up the hockey game, overskates it. It's outside the zone. He's crunched up along the wall by Hawkins, and the Eagles will just dump it in.
You know, one thing Greenway does extremely well, Wally, they shoot off the pass very well and very quickly. they don't take long to release that puck once they make a pass in the offensive zone. When they're around the net and they're driving to the net and the pass comes, bing, that shot is gone. They don't give the goaltender any time to set up. It's a real asset for a player to be able to get the pass and release it a shot very quickly, and that's something that takes a lot of practice. As we look at the coach, Lee Smith, and now Pat Geyer, both of these coaches checking the time clock, 11:26 to go here, 3-3. You see a real tough hit there by Ryan Anderson, and that's something Eden Prairie has picked up in the second period and continued using their body. They weren't using a lot in the first period, but they certainly have started to use it more after that.
Mike Gordon for Eden Prairie, number 2. He's logged a lot of ice time in this game. Gets the puck out to center ice. Greenway trying to come back up. Here is Scott Smith with it, shooting it into the zone. Smith with a steal, then lost it. It's still bounding around, and nobody can seem to control it. John Erickson drives it off the glass, but not out. Daigle holds it in once, twice, and a third time, but a big sweeping backhand by Erickson brings the Eagles across the middle of the rink.
Boy, it's a good thing Daigle held that in, because it was going to be a 2-on-1 the first time and a 3-on-1 the next time. He made 2 excellent plays at the blue line to knock that puck away from the Eden Prairie forward.
Greenway playing it off the boards, but not out. A long shot from the blue line, right on goal. That coming off the stick of Usher. Jason Usher, backup quarterback on a very good football program in Eden Prairie. Greenway trying to start across the line. Number 14, well, it was Jamie Geyer, lost the puck, and back out to neutral it comes. Into the zone is Steve Dalby. He's dropped to the ice. Here come the Raiders. A chopped pass to center for Geyer. Leaves a trailer for Joe Nielsen. Nielsen back to Geyer. Onto the point for He's giving me nightmares all night. Badavanak. Eden Prairie with the puck. Around the goal for Jason Usher. To center ice now for number 19, Dave Snyder. He'll go all the way back into the Greenway zone. No icing here. And Badavanak. No! Passes. You heard the officials yell no. It was going to be onside. This one, however, will be icing against Eden Prairie. 17,000 in the barn tonight. 34,000 plus the total for today. U.S. Bank still indicating its high hockey game.
Chrysler minivans continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $1,500 cash allowance on minivans. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Chrysler dealer today.
Very effective ice crew at St. Paul. Just cleaned up some stuff on the ice and got some water off to make certain the conditions are the best for these kids to finish off this game. We heard a hand pass. Referee right there. Our Mike picks it up. As we said earlier, you can hand pass the puck in your own defensive zone, but after that, the whistle is blown. So we get a stoppage in play. The score is still tied at 3. 9:09 to go in the third. And what's become an excellent hockey game between Eden Prairie and Greenway. Full of rain.
We talked about the Eden Prairie strengths earlier, the fact that they have probably the 3 best forward lines according to the coach in the state. However, Coach Geyer says it's more than a one-line team here for Greenway. They're very unselfish, a smart group that like to make a lot of simple passes. Old-time hockey, as he calls it.
Well, there's going to be some question if they get the opportunity to advance to see if they are the 3 best lines. A couple other teams got something to say about that.
Dino Geyer taking a pass from Forconi in front. It was blocked. It's power against power with the top lines from both teams out there. And here's Forconi back in his own zone.
Eden Prairie's top line doesn't stay out quite as long as Greenway's top line, so sometimes it might affect you in condition. Maybe Greenway's top line will get tired near the end. At the same time, they might also have a little advantage against the other line. So it's interesting to see how long they stay out once Erickson's line goes off. Gino Geyer's still out there. He's been out there now for an extra half minute.
And Eden Prairie has the puck. It's their second line doing the job right now. This is John Erickson down in the corner, number 20 for the Eagles. Handing it off to Chris Rose, 22. The drop pass to the point doesn't click, and Olsen will chase it back into his own end. Long pass to Erickson, John Erickson that is, broken up, and here's Mel. Mel ducking off a check.
And when he's ducking off a check, he sort of gave him a little slew foot there. He's lucky he got away with a penalty. When they were going towards the boards, if you play that again, you'll watch him just pull his right foot behind the player's left foot of Eden Prairie and brought him down. Watch his right foot right here. Watch this. Oh, he got away with one there.
Ooh, that's a tough flash.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's something you don't do because the guy loses his balance, goes in the boards very heavily. You got to watch those kind of things. And you certainly don't want to take an unnecessary penalty in the neutral zone in a tie game of third period. You got to play the clock and the score at all times in the game. And boy, when you get in the third period, you've got to be alert of a lot of things. And one of them is where are you and where's the puck and where's the guy you're supposed to check. Eden Prairie becoming more physical in this game seems to have slowed down Greenway's offensive power somewhat in this third period. Greenway not having the kind of chances they had in the first two periods. And maybe it's something to do with the way they're wearing them down. We had a quick line change there again.
You see the first line right back out there for Eden Prairie up against the second line of Green Bay. Lee Smith, the home team coach for Eden Prairie, gets to make the last change. Meanwhile, here comes Mikulich back for the green-clad Raiders, and they won't get any further progress out of that as Anderson finds Hawkins. Hawkins pass right to Mel. Breaks it up twice. Chipped across the line now by Mikulich. Trying to get it back to Mel. Roll down to the corner for the captain, Dan Mel. Smith lost his stick. Puck comes right to him. Mel misses it in the corner. Smith still without the stick is jammed up along the board there by number 6, the defenseman of Eden Prairie, Jason Usher. Hawkins coming back. The young sophomore with a sparkling game tonight. He has a goal and an assist in this one. 3-3 game, 6.5 to go. And at center ice, here's Knable. Bounces off a leg pad. Carrying on John Erickson. Ducks off a check. Continues to pursue the puck. We're rolling it around, but Gibo is there. And Jim Gibo coming out to neutral. Fordham again breaks up the play. This time we'll go around the right wing boards with it. On Daigle's long pass. And it carries all the way back into the zone, and it'll have enough starch on it to cross the goal line for icing. Each team has scored once here in the third period. We're still tied.
Legendary Jeep vehicles continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $2,000 cash allowance on both Jeep Grand Cherokee and Cherokee. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Jeep dealer today.
All right, let's get the old fan cam going and try to find some Pearson's hockey nuts out there. There you see a little peanut guy. I like these new throw wigs that they've got out there now. A variety of colors. It really spruces up the audience, doesn't it?
Maybe I should try one.
Yeah, you can wear a blue one.
Yeah. Well, no, just, change it depending what you're wearing.
Color-coordinated throws. I like that. Back at center ice, we're in a 3-3 stalemate. Here comes Greenway on the attack. Serdich lost the puck. Trying to find a handle was Porconi, but it bounced the wrong way for him. And Hawkins now giving chase for Eden Prairie. He wears number 9. Nice scoop in behind the goal, but his pass at the back of the net. Anderson will carry on. He's got Erickson, the big guy, Mike Erickson in front. Now Hawkins lost the puck. Back comes Gino Geyer. 3-on-2 Greenway. Hawkins to Anderson. Entering the attack zone. Gets away from 2 Raiders along the boards. They both fall, and Anderson will just roll it in and head off on a line change. Eden Prairie coming back with the third line now. Schneider back to the point. Dalby's shot is off target. Far side, Armstrong will try to control it. He's number 10. Getting it to Schneider. Center to the top of the crease, wide of the goal.
And Eden Prairie not afraid to use any of their lines against the top line of Greenway, and that's keeping them a little fresher. Geyer's line is still out there, and Eden Prairie just keeps rotating lines. You saw Greenway try to come back Geyer against Erickson's line, but then they stay out too long, and Eden Prairie keeps their guys a little fresher.
Schneider launching one from the outside edge of the face-off circle, and that's easily handled by Tom Subchak.
The coach, Pat Geyer, right now is probably hoping we got a few more commercials left so he gets a little bit of a rest for his top line, because he keeps him coming right back out as you see the shot coming from the far side. Defenseman playing that real well. Just keep him on the outside. But Dominic kept him on the outside, and it was an easy save for Subchak.
Pat Geyer in his 11th year. He's from Greenway. Played college hockey at UMD up in Duluth as a centerman. Pedavanak tried to clear it once, then breaks up the plays. It went into the stick of Chris Rose, and Tim Cordum, make that Mike Cordum, will get it back at center ice for Eden Prairie. Turning back up ice in his own end is John Erickson, playing it back to the D. Olsen moving up ice, the smooth skating D into the zone. Putting it out in front, nobody home, and Dan Mell will take over for Greenway. Lost the puck. Number 12, Peters, putting it down low. Going after it is Kniebly at the blue line. Stepping up is Olsen to keep it alive.
Good check by Mel on the far side. Knocked the defenseman down, made him pay for keeping that puck in.
Nielsen upended, ending the attack zone for Greenway as they come back with their third line now with 3.5 minutes to go. Breaking away is Gibo. Jim Gibo's shot is blocked. He'll carry in deep after it. Tries to play back in behind the goal, but then he's pinned up along the wall by David Olsen. Gino Geyer goes in there head first. Mike Erickson watching him. Those are the two big stars in the game. You're watching them battle one another for possession. Gino Geyer trying to dance out of the corner. Unable to do so. And Ryan Hawkins, Pete Anderson, almost got hit, but Hawkins carries on. Trying to cut in. Warded off to the side, and a good defensive play by Andy Sertich back checking. Olsen at the point. Oh, Hawkins all alone. Just missed the tip out in front. On the far side, Mike Erickson's shot is deflected and blocked by the goalkeeper, Subchak.
And that was deflected by Hawkins again. Boy, what a night that kid's having.
Yeah, he has. Boy, I can imagine 2 more years for this Hawkins kid.
I'll tell you.
Andy Geyer into the zone. To the side of the goal. 2 Greenway players run into each other. Eden Prairie gets the puck, and they burst out of their own zone, but they're changing on the fly. Steve Dalby across the line is ridden off the play, and up at Avanac will take over for Greenway. To Geyer.
You look at Greenway right now, Wally, they're not making their passes as crisp as they were early in the game. They're too soft. They're getting intercepted. They're not really bearing down like they were earlier coming out of their zone. They're having much more problem.
There's an example of the score! Eden Prairie! An errant pass by Dalby, unable to clear it, and now Eden Prairie takes their 3rd lead of the hockey game.
I think that was Cordum down in front of the net who probably scored the goal, but what happened was Eden Prairie tried, or I should say Greenway tried 3 times to get that puck out. They kept turning it over. They were making soft passes just inside their zone. The last one they paid because the puck was shot from the blue line, and it got down to the net. Goalie makes the save, but the fellow's right on the doorstep. Maybe it was Schneider.
Yep.
Schneider, I think, put it away on the rebound. And God, you turn that puck over out by the blue line, that's what happens. Look at Schneider. He just was able to get it away from a reaching Subchak. Subchak reaching for that puck, wasn't quite able to get it after he made the initial save, and that's 4-3 now for Eden Prairie with only 2 minutes to go.
Boy, you sure hit the nail on the head there, Louis, talking about the passing falling apart for Greenway, and it really hurt them there.
They just, the last 5 minutes, they seemed more tired. Their passes weren't as crisp, and they were getting turnovers constantly trying to come out of their zone, especially around the blue line.
Eden Prairie coming in as the number 19 ranked team in the state, going up against Greenway's number 6 ranking. And right now, Greenway's got to pull out all the stops. Here's an opportunity, but the net, I don't know if it came loose or not, but there's a big crash of players back in the goal crease, and that has drawn a whistle. Actually, the goalkeeper has lost his helmet, so that's an automatic whistle in high school puck. 4-3, Eden Prairie on top on the U.S. Bank scoreboard.
Spa's patio furniture in the Northland's largest selection of stoves and fireplaces. See them all under one roof at Energy Plus. Energy Plus, Highway 53 next to Menards in Hermantown.
And now we got 1:41 to go. Obviously, Pat Geyer's coming back with his top line, and he's got a timeout to go with it. So you can expect this line to finish off the game unless they get a goal before it's over. This is the leading firepower line that he's got, and they've seen a lot of ice time, and you could expect them to see the last minute and 41 of this game unless they score the goal before that.
Puck is shot all the way down by Eden Prairie. Good, a hustle by Hawkins, but
yeah,
he's about 5 feet of rink short.
Well, he wanted to make sure there wasn't an icing. That's something Eden Prairie doesn't need for 2 reasons. One, you don't want face-offs in your own zone, and secondly, more importantly, you've been losing a lot of face-offs, so you definitely don't want them in your own zone. And you don't want to stop the clock, because every time you stop the clock, it gives them a rest. Greenway's only had 1 shot on goal this period. You could tell that Eden Prairie is certainly taking it to them. They got more physical, they got quicker, they were getting to the puck carrier, eliminating them. They used their body much better than they did. They have gotten progressively better as this game's gone on.
From the blue line, that shot by Badavanak is tipped out of play by a goaltender Cool.
Another clean win on the draw by Geyer. Eden Prairie has got to win the face-offs because they continue to give up good quality chances, losing those draws so cleanly.
Well, you can see with the hands that Gino Geyer has, how quick he is on the ice and rushing in.
There's a good
on the
win
draw.
by Erickson there.
Finally.
Yep.
Fordham for Eden Prairie. Pinned up along the boards by Gino Geyer. 3 Greenway players in there trying to pry it loose. Where is it? Comes back to the point. Badavanak shoots it. Block. Oh, and it just bounces away from Geyer. Eden Prairie launching it to center ice. Badavanak breaking it up. We're in the final minute on the polka dot Gary clock. Here's an opportunity for Greenway. A backhander wide. The netminder, Subchak, has been pulled from the goal. 6 skaters out there now for Greenway, trying to put everything they can at Eden Prairie goalie Dan Cool. Down to the other side it goes. No hand pass will be called because it's in the defensive zone.
You could have called a hand throw.
Badavanak bounces one towards the net. Chopped off the wall, and it escapes the zone. Badavanak taking it there for Greenway, shooting it in. Everybody tags up. Play is legal. Will continue. Greenway probably looking for a whistle. Surdich trying to fire it towards the net. It bounces in behind. Cool off it. Oh, they score! Cool missed it, and Greenway ties it.
Oh, another goal like Nielsen got in the first period. Cool just went reaching for it. It took a crazy carom, came right to Andy Surdich. A wide open net and the pressure from Greenway. They get their second shot on net in the period, and they put it away because it's a wide open net with just 12 seconds to go here in the period. Play that one back, and you see that puck just outside your reach, and I can imagine what goes through your mind. Look at this crazy carom of the puck. It's coming out. He goes to reach for it. It just hit the top of his glove. Couldn't quite get it. And Dan Mell had just skated. Watch number 3. Skates right past the goalie right here, and he just puck seems to come free to Surdich, and he puts it right away.
Mell, number 3, gets the lone assist on the play. Surdich gets his 34th goal of the year.
It seemed like Cool just could not get control of the puck. He went to grab it with his gloved hand, with his catching hand, and it just did not get enough of the puck, control it, and it seemed to squirt off the end of his glove. Came right back out front, so we got 12 seconds to overtime unless someone scores a real quick goal.
Oh, what a wild one this has been, eh?
Oh, is it ever?
I hope you're enjoying it, folks. This has been a dandy of a night of hockey here at the XL Energy Center. Down to the last half dozen seconds. Batted out to center ice by Greenway. Will they get one more chance? Ooh, big crash there as the horn sounds. The two captains, Olson and Mel, colliding just inside the blue line.
Well, the game started slow, but it got real good. Progressively better all the way along. And we ended up with a tie, something, I guess it's not unexpected the way these clubs played. First period was mostly Greenway all the way. Second period was Eden Prairie got stronger and better, and certainly in the third period they got better, but unfortunately for Eden Prairie, they gave up that open net goal at the end.
Cole and Subshot are drinking a bottle of water. We'll be back for overtime, and the pressure will really be on the goalies now.
It was a beautiful day.
Gotta get to Tom Funk.
Get a the new Yamaha 4-stroke now up to 115 horsepower. Available at RJ Sport & Cycle. Package your outboard with a Lund, Lubicraft, or Misty Harbor pontoon. Get ready for boating at RJ Sport & Cycle.
The first goal in the opening period. Eden Prairie taking a 2-1 lead in the second before Greenway tied it back up before the period ended. Eden Prairie went ahead 3-2 here in the third. Greenway tied it up. Eden Prairie went ahead 4-3. And that last-minute goal by Andy Sertich ties up the hockey game at 4-4, forcing an overtime. Who's going to win this one? We'll be back in a short moment to tell you the rest of the story from the XL Energy Center.
Lou usually fishes for walleye. Today he's going fishing for something a little different.
Got it. Reel her in.
Landing a catch this big takes real power. With a 5.4-liter Triton V8 off-road package and 17-inch aluminum wheels, the Northland Edition F-150 4x4 is always ready to pitch in or haul out. Get the 2001 F-150 now with $500 cash back plus 3.9 financing. Only at your Northland Ford store.
Guess you won't be riding her home, dear.
Cellular One has plans that fit the way you talk. And whether you talk a little or a lot, we've got a plan and great offers to start you talking. Like this one. You can get a free phone, free nights and weekends for up to a year, and free activation. And on another note, receive 100 bonus minutes when you stop by Cellular One and make a donation of $10 to the American Cancer Society. All proceeds go toward the purchase of daffodil bouquets for cancer patients. Cellular One. Plans that fit the way you talk.
It's nice to know there's always someone you can count on. Minnesota Power, an elite company.
The reason why we're sitting here, Wally, right here, just a misplay off the end of the goalie's glove. The puck squirts free, comes out, and all alone as Andy Sertich, he puts it away, and that tied it up. 4-4.
You don't want to give that guy the loose puck.
No, I mean, we talk about Geyer having 35 goals. This guy coming into the game, he had 33. So you know, anytime those two guys get around the net, they are dangerous and quite likely to put it away.
I feel sorry for the other guy on that line, Mike Perconi. He's only got 19 goals.
Yeah, and you know, he gets that shot away quick. He's got one here tonight. He could have had a couple.
Next goal wins. We're in the fourth period. Erickson across the line to Anderson, way offside.
Anderson just a little ahead of the play. Erickson takes the pass, makes the right move. He's going to try and get it to his wing. The defense were up a little bit, and it was basically forming into a 3-on-2 as you look at Pat Geyer, the coach of Greenway, making a lot of work on that gum. I know how nervous he must be right now, and the same thing goes for Lee Smith. As Wally says, the next goal wins it.
Here's Gino Geyer, the slip-making player from Greenway. Olson around to Hawkins. It's a name you're going to hear a lot about over the next couple of years. Mike Erickson now winds and blasts a long shot off the end wall. Chopped by Greenway to neutral ice. Here's Geyer trying to break loose. He does. Gino Geyer cutting inside. He scores!
What a bullet. What a bullet. This kid has got such a great ability to get to his forehand and get the shot away through his screen, and he fired a rocket. Unbelievable.
And he cuts inside. How many times have we seen him do that tonight? And he is so good at that move.
He really is. I'm telling you, he really, really is. God, what a... he makes no mistake out of that, I'll tell you.
Well, at least this one ended quick. Just 39 seconds in overtime. The coach's kid, Gino Geyer, bags his second goal of the game and his biggest one of the year.
I mean, that was a great play. Watch him. He gets the puck along the boards, fights a check off. Now he knows he's got to go to the net. He's a left-hand shot. He cuts to the middle, and he fires right past the defenseman right there. And that thing actually went in the upper corner. It might have caught the defenseman's stick and deflected over top of Cool, who was going down to make the save. Watch this shot right here. Watch it right off the stick. You see that?
Wow.
And it just changed direction on the goaltender a little bit. Boy, does he come through for this hockey club. And that top line was all they needed tonight. They saw a lot of ice time. It was a great battle.
Jeez, this is amazing. Nobody got cut with those skates flying around like that in that pile.
Well, you're looking at the goaltender, Dan Kula, played very well tonight, but unfortunately for him, he comes out on the short end after a puck seemed to change direction on him at the end there and go right over top of his shoulder. And the hero, Gino Geyer, who I can imagine how many times he's done it for Greenway over the years, does it again here tonight.
All right, Jeff Grayson downstairs with some happy Raiders, Jeff.
Thanks, Wally and Lou, with Gino Geyer and Andy Sturdich. We'll start with the guy who got the game winner. Wow, what a game. You ended it quickly in overtime.
It was unbelievable. I think our guys just gave a great effort all night. I got lucky there. The puck came to me, and I think my Uncle Rick up there was with me.
What did this say about your team, the way you forced overtime? We're going to talk to Andy in a moment. His goal forces overtime with 12 seconds left. Looked like Eden Prairie was going to win this thing.
Oh, Andy's goal was a great goal. We pulled our goalie, and the man that came out for him, Dan Mell, did a great job getting the puck out to him. And Andy was there, and he put it home. Nice goal.
What does this say about you guys, the team? I mean, everyone knows smaller school, you just beat a team with almost 2,000 more kids.
Like I always said, if you got quality players, you got quality players, and you can play with anyone. We have 20 great players on this team. Eden Prairie has 20 great players also. It was a great game tonight, and we just came out on top at the end.
Gino, congratulations. We're going to swing over and talk to your teammate, because if Andy Sturdich hadn't scored his goal, Gino wouldn't have gotten a chance to score in overtime. A goal, 2 assists. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell me about the goal that set up overtime. 12 seconds left. What was going through your mind, and describe the play?
Well, I was sitting on the slot, and there's a big scrum in the corner, and it didn't look too bright for where I was standing, but Mel got it out. Somehow the goalie didn't cover it, and I got it on the rebound and shot it in.
Everybody in sports always says never say die, but you guys were very close to being done in this bracket. What went through your minds? What did you guys say to each other in those final 2 minutes?
Well, we know we can score. We have a lot of firepower up front, and we had our doubts going into that last 2 minutes, but we knew we could do it, and we pulled through.
How tough were they, and how tough was this game?
This was a hard-fought game throughout the whole game. I mean, they're pretty big. They pushed us around a little bit, but I thought it was a great game.
Look forward to seeing you in the semis.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
All right. Gino Geyer, Andy Sturdich, go celebrate, guys. What a game. What a turn of events. It'll be Greenway on semifinal Friday. We'll be back as Wally and Lou will go over the highlights of the stars of the game in a moment. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001.
In 1951, Toyota
A simple fact. If we all chose natural gas to heat our homes, cook our food, dry our clothes, and power our industries, America could reduce air pollutants related to these tasks by more than 70%. And wouldn't that be a breath of fresh air?
Staying on the leading edge, Thompson Electric is proud to offer the latest technology. From computer networking and fiber optics to complex industrial duty wiring. Large or small, Thompson Electric is fully equipped to do the job and do it right. From Grand Marais to Hinckley, from Duluth to the Iron Range. We will continue to expand in new areas of expertise in a trustworthy and economical manner. Call Thompson Electric today. We're connecting the Northland.
These days, everything's being called fresh. Fresh brewed coffee. How do you know when it was brewed? Fresh air! Hey, look, fresh picked corn. You picked this? How about you, Farmer Brown? If you're going to say fresh, mean it. Right, Kathy?
Right, Jim. Subway has 4 new Subway Selects made fresh right in front of you. Like the delicious Southwest chicken. Seasoned chicken with a tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh-baked gourmet bread.
See, fresh made does taste better.
Subway, eat fresh.
We've just seen 2 thrilling overtime games played here, and what a phenomenal contest. Let's take a look at the Dodge dealers. Shots on goal. There was only 1 shot on goal in the overtime period, and boy, that turned out to be a beauty for Greenway of Coleraine, coming up with a 20-15 shots on goal advantage through, well, almost 45-plus minutes of hockey here. We only got a half minute into the overtime before the Greenway Raiders win the game and advance to semifinal competition tomorrow night. But just a sterling performance, lots of offense, just as we suspected might happen in this one tonight.
The game started slow, Wally, but boy, it got entertaining in that second period. From there on, it was just really a barn burner. Those clubs were, each of them, getting quality opportunities. The spacing was so wide that there were a lot of chances to carry the puck, to shoot the puck. The physical play picked up, the great saves by both goaltenders, and it deserved to be an overtime game, and either team could have won it. And as we saw, Greenway wins it with a shot in the overtime.
I always think the best indicator is to watch the fans, because I think for the last half of the game, half the building was out of the seats.
Oh, yeah. when you get that wide-open hockey and you get the kind of chances those teams had, it makes for an exciting evening, and we certainly had that here tonight.
Let's take a look at our General Motors 3 stars of the hockey game, and we had a tough one coming up with a number 3 star.
Yeah, that's right. We could not give just 1/3 star, because both of these kids, Ryan Hawkins, he was outstanding. A sophomore, we're going to hear a lot of him, as you said, in the future. He had a goal and assist. He was just a presence every time he's on the ice. Similarly, Andy Sertich, who not only scored that tying goal with 12 seconds to go to send it into overtime, had a big night out there tonight, and he was a real force for Greenway as well.
And the big guns continue to shine through, especially with our number 2 star of the hockey game.
Well, our 2 top players played the way they can play. A second star goes to Mike Erickson from Eden Prairie. A goal and 2 assists. He was big. He was strong out there. He made some outstanding plays. He was a force whenever he was out there, and he had a real game going with Gino Geyer, each of them having opportunities and collecting those points when they had the chance to do that. A great game from Mike Erickson as well.
Well, it was superstar against superstar for the last part of the third period and the overtime, and Gino Geyer coming out on top.
Well, it wasn't only his goals that he scored. Gino Geyer, he did a lot of work defensively as well. He had to play against Erickson all the time. He worked down deep. He brought the puck out of the zone. He made great plays. He killed penalties. He played in the power play. He, tonight, was the outstanding player on the ice, and it was deserving that he got the winning goal as well and the number 1 star.
We saw 2 great games tonight. We have a Moorhead matchup tomorrow against Greenway. What do you expect?
It's going to be something different, because Moorhead, if we see anything tomorrow like we saw today, is going to play more physical and closer to the vest. I think they're going to try and check Greenway a lot tighter than we saw them check tonight. And I expect that it's going to be a close game. They played earlier in the year, and Greenway won 4-3, so we should expect another close game.
All right, we've got more coming up from the XL Energy Center. Don't go too far, folks. We'll return for more of boys high school hockey.
Proven experience and a team approach for help in personal injury and workers' compensation law. Cuso, Broth, and Enbrod. Our success is no accident.
Switch the controls.
Away!
Get out! We gotta get one of those. I told you not to let him drive.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
The Air National Guard can open exciting possibilities for you. It did for me. The Air National Guard can pay for your college education just for working part-time. And the Duluth Air Guard has traveled all over the world serving our country.
Fuel your future. Call the Air National Guard.
It's nice to know there's always someone you can count on. Minnesota Power, an elite company.
Welcome back to the XL Energy Center. What a doubleheader we just wrapped up here as we finish up Double-A quarterfinal Thursday with Ryan Lund, Jeff Grayson back here on the ice. Wow, 12 seconds away, Eden Prairie going to the semis, and the little engine that could did 2 goals, 1 to force overtime, and then the winner 39 seconds in. Wow, they may be a team of destiny with a performance like that.
David loaded up that slingshot, took another one at Goliath, and got the big guy to fall. An amazing game. That certainly will go down as a classic no matter what happens here the rest of the tournament. Greenway going to the semifinals where they will play Moorhead. So we're guaranteed an outstate team in the semifinals and a Metro team because Hastings and Elk River play in the other Double-A semi. But one moment that I think went very underappreciated today, when Eden Prairie's Mike Erickson scored his first goal, it was Erickson from Anderson and Olson. When the PA announcer says those names, you know it's the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
And who am I?
You'd be Grayson.
I'm Grayson. So
there you go.
We're going to say goodnight. And what fun we're going to have tomorrow if this was any indication at all. For Ryan Lund, for Wally Lou, Frank Anthony, and our hardworking crew behind the scenes, this is Jeff Grayson saying we'll see you at noon. And remember, the news is next.